Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are live. Let me know in the comment section if you hear me, if you see me, if it's all good on the stream and we're sounding good, because, you know, Uncle Bisping often has an issue getting this stuff started. But there we go. Happy Easter to you, Clow. APJ, have a great stream. Got a thumbs up from Mrs. Rebecca Bisping in the background. She says we are good to go. All right then. So UFC 287 going down. Big night fight. Very excited. Miami, first time in 20 years. You can smell me, can you? Kanan Bressett. Well, hope it smells good. Let me know what you think. What do we think? I mean, off the top, Israel Adesanya going up against, once again, for the fourth time, against Alex Pereira. Trying, can't see you, Mike. Well, open your goddamn eyes, James Smith. I can't watch along the whole main card. I'm going to do these prelims because I want to sit on the couch. You know what I mean? I want to watch the fights in style. But you never know. Maybe I will. We'll see how we go. See how much fun we are having. But Israel Adesanya, Alex Pereira, what do you think? I mean, you saw my prediction more than likely. It's not a confident pick, but I do think Pinheiro probably does it. I said Israel Adesanya on the BT Sport Live show. That's what a close fight this is. You know, obviously Izzy was winning 3-1 going into the fifth. You know, so he's got a very good chance of winning it. And then I was just like, I had an epiphany, a change of judgment, and I just think that maybe Pinheiro does it. But as I say, I am not confident in one little bit. I'll over to Georgia, Barnsley. I have been to Barnsley, Scotland. Let me know in the chat where you are all from, please. Always love to hear that. Looks like we've got Anthony Evans live, the channel manager. Thank you, Ant. Alex again so far, 100%. There's only a few votes so far, though. Yeah, let me know in the chat where you're from. Say hello to Damo. All right, John Joe, just did it, mate. So we're going to go through, we're going to watch some fights, we're going to answer some questions. Hopefully we're going to have some fun. Adesanya is more technical, even though it's 3-0 Potan. Crazy. He is more technical. I've been saying that a lot, and some people don't understand. Because, yeah, Pereira has won. So Pereira is definitely, he's proven to be more effective each and every time. But that doesn't mean you're a better striker. For example, Dan Henderson. I'm a better kickboxer than Dan Henderson, but he was more effective the first time I fought him. For example, my boxing coach at the time, Mark Kinney, was like, this guy's awful. But it's not a boxing fight. It's a mixed martial arts fight. And he was way more effective. You know, he hits hard and all the rest of it. So, yeah, Izzy is more technical. But so far, we've seen the power from Pereira and the technical prowess that he has all led to him being 3-0 on the scorecard so far. So, on the poll so far, See, for you guys, it's really close as well. If you see the poll results, 55-45 in favour of Alex. That is a very, very close fight. So what's up, Bisping? Diego Laboriso says, love you, man. Watching you from Mexico. Well, shout out to you. Shout out to all the Mexicans out there. And Ignacio Balmondes. He's not even Mexican. He's from Chile. What am I saying? Latino, baby. He's a Latino, so I represent you, you know. My dad, question mark. What about him? What about Papa Bisping? Shout out, Dad, if you're watching, because I know he said he was going to be watching. So, still waiting on the fights. Seeing a bit of B-roll, as they call it in the industry. Shout out, Gaz, from Stoke-on-Trent. So, DJ Mikey B, you are the man. Well, thank you, brother. Shout out from the Netherlands, or greetings from the Netherlands. Preston, I can see your old room in the big house from here. He's talking about when I did a little bit of time in Preston prison. Not long though, wasn't there for very, very long. Shared a room with an arsonist. Very, very weird guy he was, I'll tell you that. All right, so we're going to end this poll in a minute. So far, you guys have got Alex 54-46. This shows how close this fight is, shows how competitive it is, and how fun it's going to be. You know, Izzy brings it every time. Granted, he's had a bit of flack when he was winning by decision. Dude, you can't knock everybody out in the first round and deliver a ridiculous victory every time. Sometimes when you're fighting the number one contender, it's going to be close. Sometimes it might be a dominant decision. You can't always take them out. But still, we're going to end that poll right now. It's a close fight. Mike watch along streams. Where did that go? Mike watch along streams with the BYM crew would be incredible. Yeah, so the podcast crew, believe you me, if you haven't subscribed and rung the bell, please do so. Search it on YouTube. If you saw the podcast on Thursday, we did mention doing it, and we will do some stuff like that soon. But Anthony is in training camp. He's fighting in a few weeks in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for the weekends, he flies home and he's leaving, he's having time with his wife and his children. So I didn't want to bother him. Harrington, our producer, said, hey, should we get it all sorted? As I say, don't want to bother Anthony on his free time. So when he's not in camp, we'll make this stuff happen. If you're watching ESPN Plus right now, you can see some highlights from the last fight there. Just about to see the finish here. Big right hand, massive left hook, uppercuts, a big series of wild hooks and uppercuts from Poatan Pinheiro. And you know what? You know what that says to me? That shows the chin of Izzy. Izzy's got one hell of a chin because we've seen him flatline people with that. Look at Sean Strickland. One left hook. Knocked him out clean. Izzy right then. Granted, 5 rounds. Maybe you're not packing quite the same punch. But he was able to take a series of blows. There it is. There's Strickland getting bingoed right there. Follows it up. Nice work. Nice work. Much love, Polish Chicago. Did you hear Hedges or ducked? I did not hear Hedges or ducked. Hedges? I have no idea what you're talking about, David S., but thank you very much, brother. We got a new member, Pablo Elonga. What up, Pabs? How you doing, buddy? All right. Be very sad if Burns runs through Jorge. I hope it's not the end for Masvidal. Yeah, Daryl Sargent. You know what? That's such a compelling fight as well. Burns and Masvidal, that's going to be phenomenal. I will say this, I think Burns is more than likely going to get it done, but Masvidal's one of those guys, you can never count him out. The man's a dog, he's a natural fighter, and he's skilled. He is. Maybe not as skilled in the grappling department, but on the feet, he's a slicker guy. Valhalla says, who deserves it more, Colby or Belal for the title? That's a good question. I understand the case for Belal. But me personally, I think, just as a fan, I'm going to say it, I'm going to be honest. I'm never going to lie to you on here. I'm more excited to see Colby and Leon than Belal and Leon. We saw Belal and Leon, and the writing was on the wall in round 1. Granted, Belal's got better since then. He has. But still, I'm more excited for Colby. I think if Belal can go out there and get another win, then in the meantime, whoever's going to fight Leon, they can fight each other. That can play out. Then Belal's there next. He's right there. Granted, it would be such a shame to stumble on the final hurdle. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Gabriel Ortega says, ever thought about bringing some DJ equipment out for a bit of DJ mic between fights? Can't say I have, mate. Can't say I have. So let's have a look here. Lupe Godinez, I think, about to make the walk against Cynthia Calvillo. Let's have a look at the fight card here, guys and girls. So it is going to be, let's have a look, Cynthia Calvillo, Lupita Godinez. We've got Gerald Meerschaert, Joey Pyfer, Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, and Luana Pinheiro. Then Kelvin Gastelum, my old buddy, and Chris Curtis. So she'll hopefully have some good stuff to talk about. Now let's have a look in this chat here. Who are you more excited to see? Colby, Belal, or the Burns-Jorge winner? Look at that on the poll. The Burns-Jorge winner is the most popular choice right now. Listen, Gilbert Burns is awesome. He's one of the best human beings you'll ever meet, and he's a monster in the octagon. So he would deserve it, without question. Jorge Masvidal, we just spoke about him. And certainly there's the backstory with Leon as well in London, the 3-piece and the soda. Belal, 16%. I think that kind of echoes what I was talking about. It's not so much merit. It's not so much that he doesn't deserve it. It's just that I think the star, the charisma of a Colby, of a Jorge, and even a Burns, you know what I mean, in his weird kind of way. I don't mean weird, but I mean he's a quiet guy. He's not the most charismatic and loud and proud and all the rest of it. But there's something very heartwarming about Gilbert Burns. And of course, when you juxtapose that with the way that he fights inside the octagon, it's unbelievable. So yeah, poor old Belal coming in at 16%. What is wrong with you people? Let's have a look how many we got on the stream. We've got 1,200 people, so thank you all for joining us. We're just waiting for the next fight to start. So when that does, we will get talking about some fights and get giving you some commentary. Not alternative commentary. There's nothing wrong with the commentary on. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to give you mine. Thoughts on Nunes versus Pena 3? Well, it's a logical fight, isn't it? The reality is we got the trilogy of almost everyone when they go one-on-one. Generally, if there's a title on the line, that's what we see. Stipe Miocic, Daniel Cormier, Chuck Liddell, I was going to say Tito Ortiz. Tito Ortiz never won one. But yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. Mike, what is my favorite clothing brand? Interesting. You know, I'm not like, I do like clothes. I do like to look good and I like to feel good. That's the most important thing. You know what I mean? If I'm wearing nice stuff, I feel better. Like, this isn't a designer shirt. This is from a company called Built. I've been pushing them on my social media recently. Not that I get paid to do so, but they're awesome shirts. They fit well. They feel good. They never crease. And they last forever. I started off buying them. But anyways, yeah, I've got some nice jeans on, some diesel jeans and stuff like that. But don't really have a favourite clothing brand. I'm not one that goes in for Gucci's or things like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, enough about that. What's up, Bisping? Love from the other side of Orange County. Whereabouts are you, Devin McNulty? Still waiting on the ads here on the ESPN Plus. Burns afro is quality. It is. It is. Gilbert Burns with the afro. Come on, man. Love that guy. Still have the horse? Or is it dog food and glue now? So, we do still have, well, we have two horses now. Ellie's got a horse, which my wife kind of bloody pressured me into big time to buy. And Rebecca still has her horse. However, she's leasing it out for a year right now. She got offered a very handsome sum of money for somebody to borrow it, essentially, for 1 year. So that's happening. You know, it gives me a bit of the money back that we paid for the damn thing. And we don't have to pay for the stables for a year. So I'm like, you're doing that. You're leasing the bloody horse for damn sure. Anyway, Champ. What do we think about psychedelics and their uses in CTE? Much love from Chicago. Do you know what? I do not know. I can't sit here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not medically trained. I'm certainly not the type of guy to be able to lecture you on the uses of psychedelics and their uses when it comes to CTE/brain damage. Wouldn't know what to say. Wouldn't know where to begin. Haven't dabbled with psychedelics, don't know much about it. I know a lot of people now are singing their praises and saying that they can be used for all kinds of things. Certainly ayahuasca and things like that certainly helps a lot of people overcome issues in their life, addiction, things like that, certain behavioural patterns. It helps them get over that stuff. But yeah, I'm sorry, mate, David S. Don't know much about it, pal. Wish I could. Kenny says, do you think that Izzy really deserved this rematch when he's lost 3 times already? Kenny, that's a bad take, brother. It's a bad take. Of course, Izzy deserved the rematch. Right, let's just have a look. Let's just have a look here, right? Israel Adesanya. How many times did he defend the belt? I think it was 5 times, right? You defend the belt 5 times. You take on Alex Pereira, you lose, right? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. He defended the belt 5 times. Obviously, he lost to Jan Blachowicz when he went up a weight class. So when you look at that, he's a dominant champion. He's a huge star in the sport. And yeah, of course, Alex Pereira beats him. You know, now, all right, granted, he's lost 3 times. If he loses this one, I don't think we'll see them matched up again. And I think that's what Izzy was referring to when he said, this is my last shot. I don't think he meant, this is my last shot, I'm going to retire. Anything like that. He just means this is my last shot at Alex Pereira. Now we've got Cynthia Calvillo in the ring. You see the attitude on her face. She's a real fighter. She's mean. She's struggled a little bit recently, though, with some of the results, to be fair. I think she might have lost her last 4. Her opponent, last 4. Caitlin Chikagian, Jessica Andrade, Andrea Lee, and Nina Nunes. So no slouches. Not bad losses at all. But she has struggled with the takedown side of things. And Lupita Godinez, Lupe, as she is, prefers to be called. She's a wrestler, if I'm not mistaken. She is a wrestler. Hold on. There's Cynthia Calvillo. That did not look like Lupita Godinez. Or Lupe Dupe. Let's have a look. It is. It's Godinez. Right, wait for Godinez to shoot a shot. And that's what Cynthia Calvillo, she's a little bit worried about that these days. And sometimes it can dominate your mind, your brain, all the rest of it. You're thinking about the takedown too much. And next minute you get cracked in the face. Mike Jack Clough is still awake, waiting for the John Fury voice. Well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got Cynthia Calvillo. Lost 4 in a row. But no man alive will make her lose 5 in a row. But that doesn't matter because she's fighting a woman. No woman alive. There we go, Lupita Godinez just connected with the right hand there. Looking good with the hands. Forcing the pace. Pushing her forwards. Pushing her back towards the fence. And you know she's going to shoot a double leg takedown. She's going to back her up. She's going to give it a 1-1-2, a right hand, left hook. Whatever you want to call it. And then she's going to shoot a double leg takedown. And she's going to put her on her back. Right, these two girls look like twins. Yeah, similar hairdos, similar style, similar range, same gender, you know. I love you, Papa Bisping. I love him too. Shout out, Dad. Let me know in the comments, Dad, if you're there. How do I cope with losing an eye in the beginning? Well, while I look at these fights, it's a good little conversation piece. It was very hard. It was very, very hard, if I'm honest. Hard physically, hard to adjust to that. And that was a hard shot Loopy just landed. But hard dealing with my career. No man alive will beat Cynthia Calvillo. Not on my watch. No chance. Yeah, it was hard, you know, my career being taken away with a lawsuit going on. Stuff like that. It needed the money and it was costing me a fortune. Why is Mike doing a Jimmy Savile? No. Now then. Rattle, jewelry. Come and sit on my knee. That's a Jimmy Savile for you. Anyway. We might get cancelled for that one. Old Jimmy. He turned out to be a disappointment, to say the least, didn't he? Jeez Louise. I legit felt sorry for Colby for that one time he got verbally annihilated by Michael Bisping. Well, don't feel sorry for him. Colby's doing all right. He's got about $70,000 in gold around his neck. He's fighting for the welterweight title of the world. He's a big star. And every time he's plugging bloody betting websites, he's got two birds either side. You know, he's doing all right. Don't feel bad for him. So far, Lupita, I'm going to say Lupi. She's doing all right. Cynthia Calvillo's yet to really get going. No man alive, to be sure. Right then, anyway, enough of that nonsense. We will never let them cancel you. Well, thank you, Shane Pennington. Isn't it ridiculous? Cancel culture is so ridiculous. I hate it. It's so stupid. Why are you being held accountable for something that you might have said 10 years ago, when 10 years ago it was fine? And by the way, right now we're doing a sale on merchandise. If you see the link in the chat, 15% off the best-selling t-shirt. So get amongst it. Get the merch. Anyway, Richard Solis. Shout out to Bisping. Love your love your podcast. Always fun and entertaining. You're the man. Been a fan of you for a long time. A real fighter and a champion. Shout out Rebecca. Bisping, always classy and beautiful. Thank you very much. Richard Solis, that's very, very kind. And thanks for the donation, brother. Yeah, Rebecca's going to join us in a little bit. We got my daughter and her boyfriend, they're coming over to watch the fights, and we've got a friend or two coming over as well for the big ones, for the main card. So she's just nipped down the off license. Grab a couple of bottles of wine. There's a nice takedown for Cynthia Calvillo. That's a surprise. I thought it would be Lupi Godinez. So nice work to her there. Yeah, well done. The winner of Burns. Oh, let's go down the bottom here. We got a new member. Keith, what up, bro? Welcome to the club. You smart mother bastard. Why wasn't the calf kick discovered till late? That's the thing about beautiful mixed martial arts, constantly evolving, isn't it? You know, new techniques, things like that. And you know what? I'm sure it's been around in Muay Thai for a long time. But yeah, a relatively new arrival to the world of mixed martial arts. Mike, say hi to my wife, Joya. She says you won't respond. Prove her wrong. What's up from Canada? Joya, listen. Every single one of you, all 1,746 are my friends. And if you come on here, I will say hello. Joya from Canada. Ooh, whereabouts in Canada, eh? Have a great time up there watching the fights, eh? Terrible Canadian impression. I apologise for that, Joya. But Christian, Janice, have a good night. Enjoy the fights. So, we see Calvillo here doing a great job. Oh, Lupita Godinez kicks her off. Careful of the up kicks, Cynthia. Careful of the up kicks. I've never eaten an up kick to the face. Oh, no, I did. Anderson Silva, the sly dog. This is how good Anderson Silva is. And I'm not bigging myself up. We're talking about up kicks. I dropped him in the second round. And you probably saw the fight. And as I rushed down, to land some ground and pound, he's been dropped and he's still got the wherewithal that as I'm coming down to crack him one, just smacks me in the face with a cheeky little up kick. That is called reflexes. That is called reactions. That is called being a natural bloody fighter with urban cat-like reflexes. Unbelievable. GSP is not impressed with that accent. But I don't care what GSP likes or not likes, and I know he likes his favorite dinosaur. He talked about this yesterday, but and I'm not intoxicated either. I grew up going to Guy Mesger's gym, and Shamrock was my favorite fighter ever. Hated Bisping early in his career. Fair enough, a lot of people did. Nuts how likeable you ended up being, Mike. Became a fan during the Rockhold rematch. Well, cheers, buddy. It's very kind of you. Listen, I was a bit of a tit back in the day. I was young, angry, all the rest of it. I didn't care if I bothered anyone. Covington's chains cost like 200,000 plus. Well, maybe they do. But when I spoke to him first hand on my podcast and the interviews on this channel as well, he told me 70 grand. That's what he told me from the horse's mouth, brother. So round 2 was started. Cynthia Calvillo probably stole that first round. Loopy had some good shots, but a nice takedown by Cynthia. I don't know, maybe does that steal it? It's all based on damage these days. So you never know. Kiff, welcome to the club, bro. Are you intoxicated? You actually said it. You're the man, Mike. I'm not intoxicated. I'm drinking coffee. I'm trying to not drink these days. I don't even want to say it because everyone talks shit when I say that. But I'm trying to slim down. I'm on a major diet. I've got a movie role. I'm on set in like 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks or something. So I'm on the keto. Still having a cheeky beer or two. Max Grillo, what's up, Max? Tell Dominico I say hi. Do you think Alex gets the rematch if he loses to Izzy? Well, yeah, I do. I really do. And that might frustrate a lot of fans, but it's only what's fair, isn't it? You know, Izzy's got the rematch. Granted, he was a dominant champ. Most times there is a trilogy. You know, when it's one apiece and there's a belt on the line, there's normally a trilogy. So logic points to that, Max. Logic says that there will be a third one, but we don't know if there's an appetite for that. Maybe there will be, maybe there won't. Bojangles, Guru's blowing your stream out the water. Oh, well, good for him. For the chains, it depends on how thick is the chain. Is it hollow or what grade of diamonds were used? Exactly, these are the questions that we want to know. Okay, so Calvillo trying to get that takedown again there. Trying to get that takedown, but was unsuccessful this time. Loopy able to stop, Titchy's back on the feet, pushing the pressure, trying keto. Not sure if I'm in ketosis yet though. Well, you know what, Daniel, here's the thing. I say keto, it's essentially a low-carb diet, and I am strict with it. I'm doing a very good job, and the weight is coming off. I did get a bit heavy because I was on the road week after week after week traveling with the UFC. Not complaining, I'm very lucky. But when you're on the road, you end up eating out in restaurants every night. That's not the best thing to do when you're dieting. And, you know, I'm on the road, so I end up in the hotel bar with a few drinks and stuff, and it becomes like a nightly thing, you know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about getting drunk, but still. And then after, like, you know, 2 months of that, you look at yourself, you're like, whoa, when did this happen? These two ladies are throwing down here. So anyway, to go back to your point, yeah, I don't think I've ever been in ketosis once in my entire bloody life. It's hard. My wife even had those strips, and she's super strict with it, but she never hit the ketosis phase. All right, so we're going to poll up. Who wins? Masvidal or Burns? 71% of you going with Burns. It's the smart pick, and it makes sense. It does. But you never know. Little Zero says, I'm still newer to the UFC. To me, Leon's fence grab in the last fight looked really bad. Is that kind of cheating really common? Well, fence grabs are kind of common, buddy. Very common. But they are penalised quite heavily. If it stops a takedown, there's a good chance you're going to lose a point. And Leon did lose a point in that one. So, yeah, there we go. I'll tell you what, Godinez putting the pressure on now, having a way better second round. Nice hook. Left hook just kind of wobbles the brain of Calvillo. Calvillo with the front kicks and then the left high kick. Loopy Godinez staying just out of range, doing a good job, feinting the left. The level changes, lands a nice left hook there, and the right hand. Front kick to the body. She's having a good second round here. Anyway. Your mum has a crush on me, Andrew Larson. Shout out, Mummy Larson. Mrs. Larson, what's going on? Hope you're well, girl. A woman of exceptional taste, I must say, Miss Larson. My word. Send us a picture, Andrew. All right, we've got another one here. John Jones' fiance. Oh God, look at the bloody the profile picture. That's a bit out of order, isn't it? Loopy Godinez on fire here. She can't miss. Landing a lot of big shots. Anyway, John Jones' fiance. I doubt it's the real fiance. Says, "What's up, big pimp?" Nice. If UFC and ex-coach Fernand owns Francis's fight footage, what does he use to promote himself for his next fight? Just training footage. He does not own the fight footage, brother. Certainly not any of the fights in the UFC. The UFC owns that fight footage, and they're very protective of their content, and rightly so. So, yeah, Fernando Lopez does not own the fight footage. Oh, Godinez landing some big shots. This is a tough round for Cynthia Calvillo, and certainly losing 4 in a row. She's going to try and pull it back in the third. You never know. There's a potential that Godinez is up 2 rounds to nothing here. Round 1 was kind of close with the takedown, but you never know. But right now, Godinez all over Calvillo. Big round there, big round. So, yeah, no, John Jones' fiance, you're way off the mark there, brother. There's nothing to say, nothing to talk about. James McMaster, nice one for the 5 squid. Hope you're well, brother. Mike, can I get a happy birthday wish out from Ireland? You absolutely can, Martin Ward. Happy birthday to you and all you Irish people out there. Now, this isn't a typical Irish accent, but it's about the best I can do. Will you ever fight, and would I fight? Will you ever fight again, and would you fight Yoel Romero? Not going to fight again. Not going to fight again. I would like to. It's just not worth. The reason I retired, I can't risk my good eye. Jesus Christ. Look at the state of the bloody hair. It's all over the place. Got a haircut on Tuesday. Yeah, I can't risk it, mate. I can't risk it. You know, someone said to me, Mike, what are you doing? When I was meant to fight Rashad Evans. He said, what are you doing? I said, well, one more payday. I get to retire in London, thank everybody, put my gloves down in the octagon on the canvas, you know, that fairy tale send-off that all fighters, you know, dream of and whatnot. He said, man, you're out of your mind. My manager, Audiatar, said the same thing. He said, Mike, what are you doing? You're romancing that in your head. Is it really worth it to potentially lose your one and only eye and go blind? I'm like, yeah, no, you're right. And anyway, I do kind of miss it. And I do feel like I could do it. You know, this morning I had a good workout. I was hitting the bag in the garage. And I think technically I've actually improved. As I've got older, I've got a finer understanding of the striking side of things anyway. You know, the wrestling and jiu-jitsu, definitely gone rusty, for sure. But it's like riding a bike. But the striking side of things has even improved. But yeah, you never know. But 99.999999999%, you'll never see me back in there. Anyway, round 3's upon us. Godinez pushing that pace again. Jab left up, low kick. Calvillo's just throwing kicks for the most part. You know, she's got to go to work. She's got to try and do some damage. We've got a new member up in this bitch. Matthew Clough. What up, bro? Hollywood Hendo 37 says, if Masvidal loses, do we see Holland versus Masvidal? Potentially. Although Dana kind of shut them two talking crap. Dana shut it down, didn't he? At the press conference. Here's the thing. So, you know, the fight we want to see, and I think the fight the UFC want to put on, and the fight certainly that Leon Edwards wants and that Masvidal wants, is Leon versus Masvidal. Now, tonight, Masvidal's going to get through Gilbert Burns. If he wins and Leon wins against Colby, Dana said that's the fight that they're going to do. But, listen, there's no guarantee. If Masvidal loses tonight, and if Colby Covington can take the belt off Leon Edwards, then I think we can still see them fight again. They will have both just lost a fight. So they fight, but it's not for the belt. So there's a lot of different ways this could play out. But thank you, Hollywood Hendo. Mr. Solo says, hi, Michael. Have you received or read my email regarding you helping me get in touch with Dana? I have not received. I have not read because I haven't received. But I can't really help you get in touch with Dana, mate. You know, I do have his number and things like that, but I can't just be giving it out to people and stuff like that. Sorry, mate. Maybe contact the UFC and, you know, call the head office and tell them what you want and all the rest of it, and maybe they'll put you through to somebody. Co-main event, who you got? Yeah, 69% Masvidal. So we'll end that poll right there. Nice work, Ant. Got to give a big shout out, by the way. If you watch my daily videos, you'll see that we have Raul Singh, member for 11 months. Hold on, Raul. I was just saying, you'll see I have videos coming out almost every single day, and there's great editing on there that comes from John Brannigan. So shout out to John for all the hard work. Raul says, Champ, I hope everyone is well in the Bisping household. They are. Apart from me, I'm hot. It's boiling in here. And I want to go and open a window, but if I walk away, you guys will probably think I've left the stream. I'm going to have to suffer in bloody silence. The channel has come so far from when it initially began. Still remember your first live stream, and now I am a member for 11 months. All love. Well, thank you, Raul. Hope you're well, brother. Yeah, the first live stream, I remember it as well. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. The fighters have a saying their ref. Seems Izzy didn't like Goddard's call in his last fight. You do. You do have a say in the ref. Well, you don't have a say. You don't have a say. You don't get to pick your ref or anything like that. But you can, if you have a real issue, you can raise it with the UFC. You can bring it to the attention of the Athletic Commission. And if you've got a valid reason, if there's a real valid reason, then I think you will be heard. I'm not saying they will change the ref, but you will be heard. And there will be a logical conversation to be had. Izzy didn't like Goddard's call. He never complained at the time, though, did he? And I understand some people thinking it was early, but, I think it was a decent call, to be fair. Let's get through some of these super chats. We've got a lot up here. Defies ever saying their ref. We just did that one. Defies ever saying their ref. Kenny, Jesus Christ, man. You're spamming me here, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Defies ever say. No, they don't. Ken Flo, what are you doing? We've got lots of new members coming through. Thank you for that. Tell you what, this is a fun fight between these two ladies. Godinez throwing down. Both ladies bloodied up, though. Calvillo obviously landed a lot of shots while I've been shouting away to you. Good fight, good fight. Throwing down to the final bell. 30 seconds left. Let's have a look. Who's going to finish it in style? Who's going to try and steal the show, steal the round, steal the fight? Stay in the winning records. Godinez slips. Calvillo jumps on her. Godinez picks her up, tries to suplex her. Calvillo gets back to the feet. 15 seconds remaining. Is Godinez going to let go and throw a head kick? She could do that a la Eve Edwards. They're fighting for position. Calvillo breaks free. Head kick. Returned by Godinez. A few seconds left. And we go to the final bell for the decision. Grace by faith. I love him also, brother. Who doesn't love him? Anyway, right. Let's have a look. So, we got 2,153. Thank you all for being here. Lee Zhao says, over, under. $300,000, your undisclosed pay per fight. Over, brother. Way over. Yeah, I did very well in the UFC. I got paid well. That's why, listen, and I always see people complain. If you have an issue, go speak to the UFC, go speak to Dana like a man, and you will be heard and you can have a logical conversation. Anybody going and talking crap publicly is just the most dumbest thing to do. Wherever you all work right now, if you have an issue with your boss, you should try and schedule a meeting and sit down like men and talk face to face and have a conversation. Not go to the local newspaper and talk loads of shit. Guess what would happen? You'd probably get fired. Do you know what I mean? Smash that like button. Yeah, please do that. Love you, Mike, and what you say. Thank you, White Shinobi. Hope you well, brother. Kenny with the bloody the repeated question up there. Mike, if Luke wants to fight you in bare knuckle FC, would I say yes or no? It's funny you asked that because that's on. It's been on my mind a bit lately. If Luke Rocco beats Mike Perry, maybe I will. You never know. Maybe I will. All right, Sanger. Hold on. Who was the winner here? Let's have a little listen.
Godinez, 105-91 in terms of these significant strikes. 320 total attempts for Calvillo, 196 for Godinez.
I'm still waiting for the official decision there. Hey, Mike, if you could have improved one aspect of your take during your career, what would it be? And how do you think a prime Bisping would have done against the top middleweights? Hold on, let's have a listen to the decision here. And John, if this is going to get me copyright infringement, Ant, let me know, or John, let me know. The old split decision. Loopy Godinez. That's a shame for Cynthia Calvillo. That's 5 in a row. 5 in a row, but... to answer your question, who was that? Illusion me. Hold on, no, where did you go? It wasn't you. One thing I would have improved would have been my discipline in between training camps. I definitely allowed myself to put on too much weight. I didn't train enough. You know, I was always a natural fighter. But yeah, I kind of dropped the ball a little bit on that. You know, I would party a little bit too much. I would drink too much. I would eat the wrong foods in between training camps. So yeah, I do regret that. Illusion Me says, Jorge was best when he was hungry. My boy Nate put him over and then he tried to big shot Nate and got cocky. Same with Conor. Funny Conor was a killer. Now neither can win much. Agree or disagree? Well, generally that is the case, isn't it? When you're on the come up as a fighter, when you're hungry, you know, when you're poor, when you're struggling to make ends meet, man, you want it. You push yourself to the limit. As you make money, as you get successful, it becomes about maintaining the lifestyle that you've got. It becomes about ego. It becomes about maintaining the fame. You know, but also winning the fights, of course. But it does get harder. Now, we've all heard the expression about sleeping in silk sheets or satin sheets. And there is some truth to that, you know. But Jorge's hungry. You know, Jorge's hungry for sure. And so's Conor. So's Conor because, listen, Jorge and Conor are not on the same playing field when it comes to financial security. No way. Conor's loaded. It's insane. You know, he's inspired a whole generation of fighters. But, So the fact that he's trying to come back and trying to fight, I respect. And for Jorge, listen, you know, he's lost his last 3 in a row. He wants to be the champion. He's got the BMF title. That's all well and good. But when you're said and done, when the career's over, there's nothing better than having a world championship belt. I've got 2 of them, you know, in a little unit round the corner. It's nice. I don't look at them or whatever. But now and again, they catch my eye and I look and I just think, you know what? All that blood, sweat and tears, all that sacrifice, all that hard work, all that pain, and the injuries I have today was all kind of worth it because I was able to become a world champion. I was able to accomplish my dreams, but more importantly, I was able to provide for my family, give them a good life, and it also set me up for a great post-fight career, post-fight life. Insanity Pepper says, I loved you in Triple Threat. Are you doing more films with Scott Adkins? Is Iko Uwais as handsome in person? Well, let's have a look at Iko Uwais. He's a handsome devil. So if you haven't seen Triple Threat, ladies and gentlemen, check it out. There he is. He's a handsome little devil, yeah. Not my cup of tea, you know what I mean? I weren't me tooing him or anything like that because I'm a married man. But still, Iko, what a guy. Iko Uwais, just the nicest human being that you could ever meet. Scott Adkins, what a guy. If you haven't seen Triple Threat, check that out. To answer your question, am I doing more films? Yeah, so I recently did... Last year I did a film called Red Sonja. That should come out this summer. Keep an eye out for that one. And I'm leaving. Next week I'm commentating in Kansas City. Arnold Allen, Max Holloway. What a film What a fight that's going to be. And from there I leave directly to film a few scenes. It's not a big part, but I'm opening the film Den of Thieves 2 with Gerard Butler. So looking forward to that. So yeah, you know, it's good. You know, I keep my... I try and keep my hand in it. It's a hard business, you know what I mean? I have my little niche, you know what I mean? I'm always kind of typecast, and that's fine. You know, I'm not a bloody classically trained actor, so I'm happy and grateful for the little bits that I get. Josh Munday says I was better in Twin Peaks. Well, thank you, buddy. I did enjoy that. All right, if you could be in your fighting prime for one more day, who would I fight? Well, it'd be the champion of the middleweight division, wouldn't it? Whoever that would be tonight, Pereira or Adesanya. You know, you always want the biggest test possible. Anyway, let's go down some of your questions. Mike is made for acting. Well, thank you very much. Made for getting fucking killed. That's what I've done so far. I'm always the bad guy. I always get killed. In fact, on Red Sonja, though, I don't get killed, but I am not necessarily a bad guy. No spoilers. What am I doing? Mike, can you say happy birthday to my father, Mike Hunt? Mike Hunt, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Bisping, are you still staying to the end of the main event? I will be back. Next up, we've got Gerald Meerschaert versus Joey Pyfer. Be like Joe, as came out on the Contender Series, didn't it? Let's have a look. Gerald Meerschaert. How's Gerald doing these days? Let's take a look at his record recently. Gerald, obviously, tremendous fighter. Look at that. Submission over Bruno Silva. Bruno Silva went to a decision with Alex Pereira. So that's an impressive win. Round 3. Lost to Krzysztof Jotko, but before that was on a three-fight win streak. All submissions. Look at that. Guillotine, rear naked choke, rear naked choke. Lost to Khamzat Chimaev. That's that. I feel for Gerald in that regard because that he's most known for that because Khamzat's extremely popular. Clipped him in 17 seconds. Never a good look. You know what I mean? But that's the way it goes. You know, mixed martial arts is a cruel mistress. She's a bitch, is what she is. Anyway, question time. Let's have a look at you. Right, tough 14 is the reason. Yeah, I became an MMA fan. Wish you didn't beat up Mayhem like that, though. Was that your best performance? No, I don't think so. No, but thank you. If Izzy loses, does he face Whittaker? No, if Izzy loses, Whittaker will face Alex Pereira, let's be honest. I think there was a rumour, I saw it online on Twitter or something, you know, that there was a talk of a Khamzat versus Robert Whittaker. Whittaker should be focused on the belt, and he's right there. And let's be honest, if I'm Robert Whittaker, you're hoping and praying that Poatan Pereira gets the job done because that opens the door. That opens the door big time. So, yeah. Kevin or Santiago? Oh, that's a good fight, that. Santiago Ponzinibbio or Kevin Holland. What do you guys think? And put a poll up on that, please. It's a big fight. To answer your question, I think Kevin Holland. You know, Santiago might prove me wrong. He was amazing a few years ago. Then he had knee surgery and he came back and he wasn't quite the same. You know, and injuries can do that. They can change a fighter. Sometimes you're never the same. But yeah. But hey, listen, I like Santiago Ponzinibbio a lot. I see him all the time at the Apex, commentating fights. He does the Spanish commentary, so we see each other. Lovely guy. Ferocious fighter. I just think that Holland's way taller, longer. And yeah, there's something about Kevin Holland. So, your credit score says, are you and McGregor good these days? I think that's a stretch. I don't think we're good, but we're not bad. You know what I mean? We've definitely been bad on occasion. You know, he's had the voice notes out there, hasn't he? Threatening to kill me, threatening to come through my door. McGregor loves a good threaten to kill someone, doesn't he? Which is just bloody hilarious. If you ever mean it when you're going to kill someone, you don't tell them. You don't say, hey, I'm going to kill you, so be careful. No, you don't. You just go and kill them. Not that I know. I'm not a murderer. I don't kill people. But generally, you don't announce it on social media. But he does have a knack of doing that these days. Dustin Poirier, he was going to kill him. Tom Aspinall, he was going to go after him. Who else? There's been a few. Yeah, he was going to come after me as well, which gave me one of the biggest laughs I've ever had. Did my dad ever get physical with me as a kid? What do you think? Of course he did. I was born in 1979. It was a different time then. Yeah, he gave me a good hiding here and there, but I probably deserved it, let's be honest. Bisping, can you shout out Newport Beach, California? I can. The problem is with Newport Beach, though, I'm just going to throw it out there. You're some snobby bastards down there, man. I'm just saying it. I'm sorry if I'm offending. And you know what I'm talking about. Jesus. You know, I live in Anaheim Hills. I'm nowhere near the ocean, but I'm kind of glad because there's a lot of, I'm sure you're a lovely person and I'm sure there's a lot of really nice people down there. But there's also a lot of snobby dickheads that I can't be doing with it. Can't be doing with the snobbiness. First off, wanted to say F the critics who don't like your commentary. Well, thank you, DB. Second, if you were back in your prime, who would you want to fight from the UFC currently? As I said before, probably whoever wins tonight, that would be the one. Thank you, DB. I appreciate that. And listen, I don't care. A lot of people, you know, they like the commentary. A lot of people talk crap. The reality is when you put yourself out there, you're going to have people that talk a bit of crap. You're going to have haters. You know, if you're going to be successful in this world, which I'm not saying I am, but you're going to have haters. Now, here we go. Joey Pyfer. Getting the introduction from the Big B. Not me, the big Bruce Buff. He's pretty buff as well. Be like Joey. Kevin Holland, 80% of you having beaten Ponzinibbio. Now, you never know on those polls. Is it because he's more popular? You know what I'm saying? Popularity will change people's opinions. And it's hard for them to be objective. Here's Jared Meerschaert. And let me know via text, if I play a little bit of sound, is it going to get a demonetization like this? Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I fought a guy from Wisconsin in my UFC debut, Eric Schaefer. So, we're ending the poll, 78% of you. Overwhelming majority. You've got Kevin Holland. I do agree with that, though. Anyway, let's go down the bottom. Do I know I could play a young Robert Shaw? Don't know who Robert Shaw is. Izzy's got a dog collar. Oh, God, let's talk about this. You're right. Ant, put a poll up. How do we feel about the dog collar? All right, Meerschaert and Joey Pyfer are underway. Southpaw versus orthodox. Left-footed versus right-footed, or left-handed versus right-handed. Always a tricky one. Always causes a lot of problems. Now, Meerschaert, fortunately for him, he's a grappler first, a striker second, and he's the southpaw. So he hasn't had to learn how to fight against a southpaw because they are a pain in the ass. And to put a poll up, mate, what do we think about Izzy's dog collar? I mean, I get it. You know, he's going to be unleashed. He's a dog and he's going to be unleashed. And apparently it's got something to do with an anime reference. But what do we think about that whole shenanigan? Didn't like it. Looked like he had a bloody bunch of masking tape around his neck. Looked pretty S&M, didn't it? Sadomasochistic. Maybe that's his vibe. Maybe that's what he's going for. Joey Pyfer just connected with a massive right hand. Nice work, Joey, but Joe took it. Pinheiro fears no one. He's an absolute animal. You're right. He is. I'll give you a little story. First met Pinheiro, was it UFC 282, right before Christmas, when Paddy fought? Yeah, it was. I was sitting next to him, Glover Teixeira, and Glover's beautiful wife as well. And I went for a pee and I was coming back and he was walking right in front of me and he's a big dude. I forgot that he couldn't speak a word of English. You know, so I was talking to him. I'm going, bloody hell, congratulations on the fight, man. Congratulations and blah, 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 blah. And he just looked at me like that. And I'm like, Jesus, come on, Alex. Crack a smile, man. Come on, why are you so serious all the time? And again, he just looked right through me. And I thought, oh, did I offend him? It was only later when I realised he doesn't understand the goddamn word that I'm saying. So anyway, there we go. Ant's got the poll up. He gets it or whatever floats his boat. My Ant, obviously, bloody... You're a fan of it, aren't you? You didn't even put an I don't like option. I get it, or whatever floats his boat. So basically, two agreements. One's yes and one's a yes. Joey Pyfer stalking Meerschaert. Nice 1-2 there. Meerschaert's got to get this down to the ground. When you see Pyfer, he looks very comfortable on his feet. He's fast. He's slick. Meerschaert's competent on the feet. He really is. But I think he loses on the feet against Pyfer. So, Anglo-Saxon says, hey, champ, I was aware of you before you joined the UFC. I recognise your talent and ferocity. Well, thank you, Anglo-Saxon. Where and how? Was that just like on the UK scene? And regarding the dog collar, we have 84% saying they get it. And whatever floats his boat. Yeah, listen, whatever floats his boat, of course. Listen, it's just a conversation piece. Whoa! This could be the end. Massive right hands. Meerschaert's down. He's covering up. He's taking big shots of Pyfer. Pyfer's taking his time. Look at this. Meerschaert almost back to his feet, rolls to his back. Pyfer swarming all over him now, looking for the finish. This has got to be it. And there it is. The referee steps in, waves it off. Joey Pyfer with the first round TKO. Nice work. Nice work. Yeah. You know, no. Going back to listen, you're wearing something like that. It's always going to be a conversation piece, isn't it? Of course, whatever floats his boat. I'm a fan of him. And I'm a fan of, him doing stuff like that. You know, he doesn't care. He's not trying to win anyone over. He's just being himself and having fun. And I like that, But we're allowed to take the piss a little bit, aren't we? You know what I mean? You're walking around with the dog collar on. You're going to get the piss taken out of you. Well, in my book, anyway. Listen, if I walked around with a dog collar on saying I'm a dog, and I'm not talking crap about Izzy, by the way, I'm just saying. But if I was doing that, I would sure as hell expect people to take the piss in the most savage way, But fair play to Izzy, because that's his thing, you know what I mean? It always gives you a conversation point. The dog collar is from the Jet Li movie. Yeah, I know. Everyone keeps saying that. So what? There's a lot of things in movies. Ooh, it's from the Jet Li movie. Great. So what? You know, what's a movie? What did I watch? Well, right now I'm watching The Last of Us, that show on HBO. I'm not walking around because I've seen The Last of Us with a lot of bloody fungus aliens coming out of my head, am I? If I watch Back to the Future 2, I'm not going to go to the press conference and have a bloody DeLorean or a time machine attached to me. You know, 1.21 gigawatts around my neck. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I know it's from the Jet Li movie. That's all people talk about. And I'm not talking shit either. Anyway, good old Izzy. Well done. Well done, by the way, to Joey Pyfer. What a finish that was. I thought the coat in the first match was worse than the collar. I can't remember. He's a dog man, right? So he relates to the animalistic. He wants to fight like he knows only one comes out alive. No, I know. Listen, I know, I get it. I'm having a bit of fun. I'm not actually taking the piss. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of Izzy. Big time. I am. I love what he brings to the table. So charismatic. Love his fights. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I'm having a laugh. Do you know what I mean? Come on. Come on. If anyone was wearing a dog collar, I would take the piss. So, anyway, after Alex knocks out Izzy with the gargantuan massive meteorite of a left hook, he has to stand over Izzy and say, "You are terminated." Could you imagine that? Could you imagine that? All right, El Barrito says, "Is my wife single?" Well, I think you answered your own question with your question. Is your wife single? But yeah, go on, have a do. All right, how come you and Rogan have never hosted? We did. I forget which one it was. I think it was Masvidal versus Colby. But here's generally why that you don't see me and Joe Rogan commentating together, because Joe Rogan is a part of the furniture. Certainly when it comes to UFC pay-per-views, he doesn't do the fight nights anymore because he's done it for God knows how long. And, you know, he's very successful and he likes to do the pay-per-views. And he will always have a spot in the UFC. International events, I don't think he wants to travel too much because he's traveled all over the world ever since he's worked for the UFC, probably since 2001, 2, 3, something like that. I'm not sure when he started, but it's been about 20 odd years. That gets old. The traveling side of things gets old, you know. So when there's an international pay-per-view, then guys like myself, Dominic Cruz and Paul Felder get a shot. Doesn't mean I get the shot, you know, but so that's why. But yeah, no, it's always, you know, it's always a pleasure and an honor to fill in for the great Joe Rogan. Imagine Luke Rockhold with a dog collar. Exactly. We would talk some shit then, wouldn't we? My God. Can we have a listen of a sample song that I did when I was a DJ? No, I was a DJ, White Shinobi. I was a DJ. I played records. I never produced music. I had a go at that, but it wasn't very good. Let's have a listen to Joe Pyfer. It was a beautiful finish. Left hook, lands on Meerschaert. Right hand glances the top of the head. Sits him down. Nice work, Joey Pyfer. Nice work indeed. Who do we have up next? Let's take a little look-see. Who do we have next? Uno momento, por favor. See? The Spanish are represented on this live. Next up, we have Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie, taking on Luana Pinheiro. Luana. Let's have a little look at Luana. Look at that. What a record. Sam Hughes, by the way, she was the first fight of the night. Got the job done. Decision versus her opponent. But, so, who's this again? Luana Pinheiro, pardon me. She is on a 3-fight win streak. Well, 1 on the Contender Series. Beat Randa Marcos, disqualification, then beat Sam Hughes, and she's going up against the karate hottie Michelle Waterson. She's struggled a little bit lately, but she's only losing to the very best. I mean, Amanda Lemos, one of the top contenders, Rodriguez, she's tough as they come. Beat Angela Hill, lost to former champ Esparza, and lost to the strawweight queen, Joanna Jędrzejczyk. So I'm expecting a good performance from Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie. Lovely girl, by the way, she really is. So nice work, Joey Pyfer. All right, while we wait for the next fight, let's do some of your questions, eh? Let's do some of the questions. Britt Johnson, shout out. Hope you're well, buddy. The karate hottie. Oh, what am I doing? I'm still on the little bit. Boom, there we go. Full screen. Mike, I live in Preston. I love you. Preston, shout out. Where was it I used to go? What was it called? The Kingfisher Centre, the mall. What was it called? The mall in the town centre. Where the TK Maxx is. You walk in, there's like a store downstairs. I think it's an Argos, and you go up the escalator and you go through a TK Maxx, and then you go out onto the main street. What's it called? Church Street? Yeah. Did you sue the doctor that messed up my eye? No, I didn't. And a lot of people came to me and said, you should do that. But the thing was, so a doctor did mess up my eye, one of the surgeries, totally butchered it. And after that surgery, I never saw again. But I was so obsessed with still fighting and becoming champion of the world and earning money that way than what I was on trying to sue a doctor. And by the time my fight career was over, well, by then the statute of limitations had passed. Basically, too much time had passed and I couldn't sue him. But anyway, I'm not bothered. The guy was trying to help me. He was trying to help me. He didn't do it on purpose. All right, granted, you could say malpractice or whatever, but there was nothing malicious there. He was trying to help me, and my eye was particularly messed up. I don't like all this sue culture. Now, don't get me wrong. If somebody is blatantly not good at their job, and they cost you big time, then yeah, they deserve to be held accountable. But he's trying to help me, tried his best, didn't go well. I'm not a fan of the suing culture. What's my thoughts on David Goggins? Yeah, David Goggins. He's awesome, isn't he? I don't know him. You never met him. But, I like his message. I like what he talks about. Basically, get off your ass and go for it. Stop being a victim. Let's see what David Goggins is up to these days. Navy SEAL David Goggins versus Dan Crenshaw in SEAL on SEAL deathmatch. What in the world of madness is this? Oh, that guy. Eye patch. And put a poll up. Should I rock an eye patch? I wish I could. I could. I've got every bloody right to rock an eye patch. Let's be bloody honest. I got offended once. I did the movie Triple Threat that we were just talking about before. When I arrived on set, the director, because my eye was messed up and I never had this eyepiece that makes it look decent now, and he wanted me to wear an eye patch. He wanted me to wear an eye patch, but I was the champion of the world at that time, and I thought that would just bring more attention to it, and I was offended. So I kind of spazzed out on the director a little bit. I was out of line. I'm like, you what? I said, I don't need this shit. I don't need this movie. I turn up here, I fly all this way, and you tell me to wear an eye patch, and blah, 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 blah. He turned out to be a lovely guy, and I was far too emotional in that situation, but still, there you go. Eye patch, might rock it. So, True UK says, do you have any funny stories about Nick Diaz interactions that no one's heard about? Not too many. I remember when I was the champ, again, I was in New York. I was doing like a world tour, just doing press and stuff like that. And I went to a nightclub and I was very intoxicated on this particular evening and don't remember too much. Yeah, no, I was hammered. I was very drunk. Went out, we went to this nightclub, and we were with Leonardo bloody DiCaprio and all his crew for a few minutes. It was a nice moment in time being the champ. And then somehow, I don't know how, because as I say, I was very intoxicated, ended up with Nick Diaz. And he was great. And we hung out all night, and we left the club, and we went to a couple of other places. I don't remember much, but I do remember being with Nick Diaz, and we were talking about fighting one another. Not in a nasty, there was no tension. There was nothing like that. It was just purely from a respectful point of view. I'd become the champion. Nick obviously fights at 185 as well as 170, and he was like, I would love to fight you, but we're going to do it at a catch weight and all the rest of it. And I was like, yeah, I'd be up for that. Anyway, can't remember how the evening ended or where we lost Nick along the way, but we did. But he's still alive, so that's good. He's not dead in New York. So, super chat's coming in. Hope all is good, Mike. Just bought one of your shirts. I'm a big fan. But anyway, who wins Triple C or Aljo? Thank you very much for purchasing the church. Anta's put a link up at the top. 15% off right now if you want to buy one. By the way, we have a poll up there. Should Mike rock an eye patch? 41% yes. No, 29%. Only if he goes full pirate. You never go full pirate. I'll end that poll. We'll put a poll up. Triple C, Aljamain Sterling. And Triple C, what do you think? Who wins? Let me know in the polls. and put a poll up, is what I'm saying. Took the long way around on that one, didn't I? My God. All right, 2,700 of you. Thank you all for being here. Still waiting on, is my wife single? I think we did that one, didn't we? Bisping, do I like going camping? Billy Burham. I've been promising Lucas we're going to go camping for bloody years. And we haven't done it. Number one, because my wife never wants to go. She's like, why would I want to go camping? I'm not 12. I'm like, yeah, but Lucas is 12. You know, and he wants to go camping. So I'm going to go camping this summer. It's the one. We were going to go glamping in Montana. We were very excited for that. But then I got asked to do this show on Netflix called Hyperdrive. Check that out if you like cars and people racing and doing obstacle courses in cars. Yeah, maybe check that out. So yeah, this year, this is the year of the camping trip. I never thought I'd say it, but I hope Henry actually wins just to shut Sterling up. Huh. Hey, listen, Sterling knows what he's doing. He's rubbing people up the wrong way. You know, I find, the Fishergate, that's what it's called. It is the Fishergate Shopping Centre. Correctamundo, you're right. Thank you very much. My uncle's a huge fan of yours too. He's the owner of UKFC. If you've ever heard of it, I have heard of it. Yeah. Henry versus Aljo. So far, Triple C way out ahead. Almost 80% of you have him winning. Thanks for the poll, Ant. Aljamain Sterling is just playing the troll, playing the heel. You know, whenever I'm with Aljamain, he's very humble. He's very nice, you know. I don't see that side of him that rubs people up the wrong way. But if you're going to talk shit about someone, he might as well embrace it. So I don't blame him for doing that. Now, on the broadcast there for the UFC, we see the weigh-in there. Look at the afro on Gilbert Burns. That is an afro and a half. He rocks it, though. He looks cool. That looks a little cooler. Now they're at the ceremonial weigh-ins, the shirt's off, the Brazil headbands on. Look at the braiding on Jorge Masvidal. That must take hours. I mean, that is some cool hair he's got there. Granted, not my cup of tea. You never see me with a braided hair. But Triple C, you've all got him winning. 67% of you do anyway. We'll end that one there. So, give me something funny. Let's have a look. I am good, Trevor Bingley. Who all won so far? You want the results? Let's give you some bloody results. There's the results are Sam Hughes defeated Jacqueline Amorim. Steve Garcia, whoa, what a shot that was, body shot. Knocked out Charlene Nerdenbecker. Balmundes won a great decision over Trey Ogden. Godinez got the job done over Calvillo. Pyfer murked Gerald Meerschaert as much as I like him, and that's where we're up to so far. So there's your little update, the Mikey B update, the Bisping update. So beautiful. Never been to Miami. What do we all think of Miami? Everyone tells me I've got to go. Dana White told me I should never go to Miami. When Whittaker and Yoel Romero fought, and I went in the cage and challenged the winner, and that was Robert Whittaker, and I ripped up the Cuban flag, didn't I? If you remember that. Listen, I don't know how it happened. Yoel Romero was in the middle of the fight, and in the middle of the fight, because I was cage side, right, where the commentators are, and in the middle of the fight, in between rounds, he's getting cornered, and he's looking at me, and he's talking shit at me. And I look there, and there's a little tiny paper Cuban flag. So he's talking shit, and he's like, So I just like, whatever, it's there. I rip up a Cuban flag and throw it at him. Anyway, Dana said, whoa, Mike, do not go to Miami. You will get stabbed pretty quick. But I have no animosity towards Yoel Romero. In fact, I wish him all the best. And to him still going strong at his age, he's so inspirational. Had a lot of great, entertaining fights. So yeah, hopefully I can go to Miami without getting stabbed up even. Let's go Elsa. Frozen like Elsa. Prime Romero versus Prime Anderson Silva. Anderson Silva would have taken that all day, mate. All day. Rebecca, are you there? Right. First of all, you open a window for me, put this fan on. I'm burning alive in here. And then if you want to come and join the live for a little bit, then you can, you know. Who have you got between Mike Perry and your old friend Luke Rockhold? Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? Listen, Rockhold all day. All day, when you look at it on paper, He's bigger, he's taller, he's got the better pedigree, he's got the better skills, he's the better athlete. He's taller, he's longer, he's bigger, he's heavier. So on paper, he should win. But it's bare knuckle boxing, and that might be a style that suits Mike Perry. He beat Michael Venom Page, for crying out loud, in bare knuckle boxing. Michael Venom Page, same height as Luke Rockhold, same length as Luke Rockhold, same kind of athletic ability as Luke Rockhold, and he beat him because he got down and dirty, he dug deep. But I still think Rockhold can do it, but we'll see. Joseph Morrison says, I love the movie Green Street. Is it really like that in England with the football firms, and were you ever part of that culture? I wasn't a part of that culture, but it was like that. I'm sure there's still parts of that, but yeah, in the 80s and the 90s, absolutely it was. Probably the 60s and 70s as well, but the 80s and 90s, 100%, yeah. Yeah, all the different firms would agree to meet up before a football game or after the game. They'd meet around the corner and they'd just have massive fights, There was a big rivalry between Blackburn and Burnley. I remember a lot of the Blackburn fans, they stopped a train of Burnley fans and ran on the train and beat the crap out of everybody. Yeah, but it's not like that these days. There's been a massive, massive crackdown, to make the football stadiums a safer place and more family orientated. So in the UK, so much now you don't see the massive brawls. Certainly in the European games, though, they do still have a lot of problems, My good friend, I should say, is Mark, the Filipino wrecking machine Munoz's brother-in-law. Have you ever trained with Mark? He's such a cool, down-to-earth guy. He is. Mark Munoz, what a sweetheart of a man. Lovely, lovely guy. I used to train at his gym, Range Training Centre, for a few years, on and off, amongst other places. Mark's the man. Mark is such a great guy. We'll never hear a bad word about Mark. He's a sweetheart of a man. He's a monster of a fighter, tremendous wrestler, and just a sweetheart of a guy, as I said. So there we go. All right, all 2,700 of you. Do I steam room or sauna? Steam room or sauna? If I have the option, I do both. I just ordered a sauna for my house. I do like a sauna. Apparently saunas are so good for living long, and it will get rid of all the internal inflammation. It supposedly, should I say, helps get rid of cancerous cells. So yeah, anyway, I've bit the bullet. It's all the rage these days. We've ordered a sauna, but it's not an easy thing because you order the bloody sauna, and I know not everyone's in a position to do that, so I apologise. But it takes ages to come. Then you've got to hire someone to put it together, or you can put it together yourself. I am not the type of guy that's going to be able to build a sauna. As expensive as it is to order a sauna, I ain't being the one to put it together because it's going to fall apart in about 3 weeks. Then you've got to get a different bloody electrical fitting. I've got to have a concrete base put out in the garden for it to sit on. It's a whole faff. It is a kerfuffle. It really bloody is. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway. Ooh, beer break, fine now. Should I have a cheeky one? And put a poll up. I'm joking. You say this to me, Mike? I never say you. I love you. I love you, Mike. I love you. You say this to me? I love you. Anyway, classic. Blackpool has one of the best white stripe shows of all time. Don't know what that means. Love seeing Mike and Rebecca over Brendan Sharp and whoever they're paid to be on with him. Sure, we will never see Bisping dressing like Sharp. I get accused of that sometimes. I do. There's a way dressing like Brendan Sharp. Well, because I wear stylish jeans. You know what I mean? I don't like baggy jeans. I'm not a rapper, or a dorky guy from Orange County. Orange County, a lot of lovely people. It's not exactly the fashion capital of the world. Everyone walks around with very, very baggy jeans on, a suit blazer, and a T-shirt on like they think that looks really cool. You look like a dickhead. I love you. All right, so we've got to pull up on the impressions. You let me know that George St. Pierre is that my best impression? Or do you love the Yoel Romero? Or no man alive, is it the Tyson Fury that comes in and takes the biscuit on this one? Now you let me know in the polls. It's a close one. But I love you, Yoel Romero, coming in. No forget, Jesus. No forget. 41%, 42%. Boom. Loving that one. Anyway, Michael, don't want you to give out Dana's number. Want you to arrange a meeting, a FaceTime. I can't do that. Everybody wants me to. Do you know how many people want to arrange a meeting or a FaceTime or a phone call with Dana? Do you know what I mean? I can't go, hey, Dana, by the way, there's this guy who wants to talk to you. He'll say, Mike, unless you want me to delete your number, stop doing that. You know what I'm saying? So Mr. Solo, I appreciate what you're saying and I apologize, but I got to be respectful. The man is a public figure. I can't be saying, hey, this guy, I don't know, what the drill is. I never got an email off you, pal. Anyway, underway, the karate hottie, Michelle Waterson Gomez, going up against Luana Pinheiro. So, Gomez, I'm not as familiar with her as I am Waterson. Waterson, as we know, the karate hottie. Great striker. Good jiu-jitsu as well. Nice evaded that kick there. Side kicks are a good weapon. Uses that as kind of like a jab, kind of like a good friend Holly Holm. Excuse me. Pardon me. 44%. Prefer the Yoel Romero. Yeah, whatever. I'm not claimed to be a bloody impressionist. I just got a stupid sense of humour and I have a laugh. Don't take myself too seriously. You know what I mean? Some people say, why are you being stupid and acting like a dickhead? Well, I'm just having a laugh, aren't I? So relax. So far, not much happening so far. We're only a minute into the fight. Only a minute in. Kevin or Chris? Yeah, that's the big one next. Who's got the best GSP impression? Kenny Florian. Kenny Florian's got a really good George St. Pierre impression. Mine's crap, let's be honest. It just sounds like this, and that probably does not sound like George at all. Doesn't sound like him at all. We got some super chats coming in though. Hey, Beck! Are you single? Are you ready to mingle? She is. You are committed. You're going through the whole pay-per-view? No, I'm not, bro. Yo, Mike, I can do any British dialect as an American. Try me. Well, I would if you were here right now. I'd ask you to do a Birmingham, mate. Can you do a Birmingham accent? But you can't because you're not bloody here, mate. Right, we got a new bloody member. The guy's a contender. He's a believer. It is Wouter Noll. Shout out to you, brother. Conceive, believe, achieve with a CV. All right, so Waterson's doing well here. Again, not much happening. No one's landing with anything particularly flush. All kicks from Waterson. Not a surprise there. That's normally the approach for her. Keeping it on the outside, using the range, using the long range attacks. Smart thing to do. Greetings from Jamaica, Count. Bless up. Right about now. Orange County is not exactly the fashion capital. It's not, Trevor Bing. It is not. Nice push kick by Waterson now. Pinheiro struggling to get on the inside. Chops her down with a heavy low kick though. Waterson fires back. Bisping. Love you, bro. Wanted to hear your thoughts on Ann AI. She is the latest addition to ONE FC. Ann AI. I don't know her, mate. What do I think of Leah McCourt from Bellator? I think she's great. I've had the pleasure of meeting her once or twice. Don't know her particularly. I see her all the time with Molly McCann on Instagram and stuff. Thank you, Irwin64. Best American accent, please. Well, y'all right about now, I can't really do an American accent unless it's kind of like from down south. So we got Michelle Waterson, the karate hottie. She right now, she's taking her time. She's using those front kicks, like always. There it is. Goes down for a takedown. But that's a great thing to do to keep the mind guessing. Keep it overloaded. You know what I'm saying? Or I can't do an American accent. I do auditions and I have to do an American accent and they suck. They suck balls, man. They're bad. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Who's my favourite snooker player? Nice. Watson just dropped her. What was his name? Jimmy the Whirlwind White? I don't know much about bloody snooker, really, to be honest. What was it? Steve Davis? Old school shout out there. Can I do my best Mexican accent? No, but if you do a Mexican accent, these days you might get it's fucking GSP, innit? What am I doing? That's George St. Pierre. Bisping can't sound American. That's right. I can't sound American at all. But listen to me. What happens if you conceive, you believe, and you achieve? Well, if you do that, then perhaps you become the champion of the freaking world. My name is Marco Kane. Anyway, enough of that shit. Paul Craig. I can do a Paul Craig accent all day, like no bother. That's crap. Anyway, Bisping, would you ever fight John Jones? And why or why not? Or, I mean, not right now, let's be honest. The man's a wrecking sensation of 265 pounds of muscle and beer belly combined. And he's the greatest of all time. It would not be a smart move. Whoa, look at that Pinheiro coming on strong with a big combination. Went for the takedown. That's the end of the first round. It was hotting up there. I'm too busy doing stupid bloody accents with you lot. Going to be doing a few DJ shows in the UK when I'm next over. Not when I'm next over, but there might be something bubbling towards the end of the year. I'll let you know. Rebecca, can you come here in a minute? Because I need a pee, so you need to take over the stream for a minute. And I absolutely apologise. But right now, I'm going to wee my pants. So I am. Right, we got 3,000 of you. Right, okay. So, I'm excited for the Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Curtis fight. Do you want to just sit here a minute, babe? I need the loo. I need it bad. I need the loo like, so I do. And I'm opening a window.
It's not even
It's
hot.
bloody hot. I'm burning up.
Hello everyone. Hello. Apparently you've missed someone's super chat, but I can't comment on that because I don't know what you've done and what you haven't. One sec. Come on, ask me a question. You guys are talking about snooker? I do not watch snooker. Jake SMM, love you too, thank you. Who's my favourite fighter apart from Michael? I like Amanda Nunes. I don't know why, I think she's cool. Hello everyone, saying hello to me. Finally, something good to look at. Well, thank you, Greg L. Does he snore? I think we spoke about this before. Luckily, he does not. Thank goodness, because that drives me crazy. I sleep very well. Very well rested. That is for sure. The hair is lovely. Thank you, Slap Murdoch. I had a little trim. Yeah. No, because we decided not to. We're just going to drink wine instead. Are you his daughter, Simon Gio? No. I'm his wife. Someone said, am I your daughter? I think they might be trying to be funny.
Yeah, we're trying to be funny. Slide over, babe. Come on, out of the way. Come on. So, in terms of the fight companion, there's not much companioning to the fighting. Well, we're supposed to be talking about the fights. All that good stuff.
Well, he went for a piece.
All that jizz jazz. Who's a better parent?
Me.
Yeah, it's true. She is. She does everything.
No.
Look at this Pinheiro, though, throwing down.
Does he pee on the toilet seat?
Not really. I have. It's a phenomenon.
He does. Okay, I'm just going to say it.
I don't pee on the toilet.
He does.
Seat. I have.
He does on a very regular basis. And he does.
This is a good fight. I've been paying enough attention to see what's going on, but Pinheiro getting juicy. And by that, I don't mean steroidy. You're very classy. Thank you. Does Mike P sitting down?
Yeah, he does sometimes.
I do sometimes late at night. I'm like, oh, Pinheiro coming on strong again. Just missed with a massive left. Oh, do I snore?
Yeah, I covered this. No. Thank God. I said I'm very well rested. I sleep very well.
Oh, she bloody does. Tell me about it.
Well, I've got no little kids waking me up in the middle of the night these days. It's wonderful.
Put the round time on your stream to be in sync. Well,
just an FYI as well, you're a little bit behind, I noticed.
Am I really?
Mm-hmm.
Who'd you my flap?
Yeah, he says
No, I'm not. I'm live. Anyway,
it's different.
I would have the round time on my stream, but you know.
He doesn't know how to do
What do you think I am? Do you think I'm a bloody computer programmer? Do you know what I mean?
Why do you need the round?
Oh, just so we can be in sync and count it down, and they feel like we're all watching the same thing, which we kind of are.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. Just imagine one. Just imagine the clock's ticking down. It is 2 minutes 14 left in this round. It's a close fight. We're in round 2. No, we are though.
88. Is he a messy pig or is he a clean freak? I'd say like somewhere in between the two. Definitely not a clean freak. Not a pig.
I'm a clean freak. I like it nice and clean and tidy.
Yeah, you don't do it yourself though. You like it like that.
Does Michael sleep fart? You got that posh accent. Very nice, very nice. Oh, nice shot by Pinheiro. She caught the leg. Big right hook. It's a close fight. It's hard to talk to you lot on the stream as well as watch these fights. Single leg attempt by Pinheiro. Good balance from Michelle Waterson. Going for the old head and arm headlock throw. The women love that one, don't they, babe?
Yeah.
They do.
Head and arm throw. Why? Why do they do it a lot?
I don't know. Only the women get it.
What is that?
You just grab them by the head and throw them like a hip throw.
Yank them about.
If a man did that, it would never happen. They would pop their head out. They would take you back. They would make you pay for it. But for some reason in women, it works. And that, by the way, is not a sexist comment. That is just a fact.
Don't worry about it. No one's offended here.
Oh,
Rebecca, would you have another kid? Rich? No. Definitely not. We're done.
Do your best Ralph Ross's junior impression. No, thanks. Heath Carrier, new contender.
Woo!
Yeah, welcome to the club.
Heather Carrier. You said Heath.
Heather.
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 He's just shocked that we have a lady here.
We've got ladies. What up, girl?
Nice.
All right. This is a good fight by the looks of it. Round 2. Ooh, good little sequence there. Michelle Waterson, how old is Michelle? Let's have a look.
Younger than us, I'm going to say.
Yeah, but she's been around, with respect. That sounded disrespectful. She has been around for a while. She is.
Can Rebecca fight?
No, thank God.
I've never tried, to be honest. Maybe I can. Who knows?
I doubt it very much. 37, yeah, 37. You know.
She's in her prime.
She's in her prime.
She's in her prime.
Well, you
okay.
would say that.
Yeah.
Do I see Darren Till returning to the UFC? And what do we think it went? I hope so. I know that's Darren's plan. Darren is definitely planning on returning to the UFC. He's going to do some fights outside of mixed martial arts, I believe. I don't know who about it is, who it's going to be or who the opponents are or anything like that. It's not my place to talk about it, but I don't even know anyway. But yeah, I know the plan is to come back to the UFC, and I hope it all works out. He took quite a gamble there. Quite a gamble. Let me know in the chat how old you all are. Somebody just said 33. I would like to know how old you people are that we're talking to. Let's get a bit of interaction. Does Mike wet the bed? What kind of question is that, Josh? My God.
Again, thankfully, no.
Clap at the start of the next round so I can sink. All right, you got it, Jago.
Oh,
You got
good
it.
idea, Jago.
Hold on, we'll turn up the ads. Can you guys hear that?
Have you guys noticed that the adverts are like exactly the same every single time? And
Yeah, but don't slag off the UFC on my stream. If you want to slag the UFC, I've got to do it on your own.
Well, it's very annoying.
Can you guys hear that? Oh, look at this. 29, 38.
38.
There was a 78 there?
Yes.
No,
Well,
lying.
unless they're lying.
Oh,
You missed
the fight
it.
started. I missed it. 93. Well, shout out.
47. Oh, I'm a low-key legend. Thank you, Constantine.
Yeah.
Low-key.
Yeah, we can hear the commentary. Well, thank you very much. I've turned it off for now so we don't get demonetized. But we'll put it on for the decision because it looks like it's going to go to a decision. 22-year-old here. Mike, love your podcast. Listen every week. Well, I travel for work. I think Izzy gets it done tonight. Masvidal TKO's Gilbert. Also, when's the next live show? Got a couple of things planned for the end of the year in the UK. Can't announce that yet. Big takedown from Michelle Waterson, but Pinheiro jumps right back to the feet. Nicely done. Michelle fighting hard here. Yeah, listen, Izzy might get it done. Masvidal might get it done. But I actually disagree with your pick. Not that I think it's a ludicrous pick.
Who are you picking?
Well, I've picked Pyfer and I've picked Burns. But it's not a confident pick. I picked Izzy on the beat.
You just say that. That's like you get out of like that in case you're wrong. It's like, oh, it's
No,
not confident.
I picked Izzy.
Just make a pick and stand by it.
Yeah, I have.
Right. So
Alex Pereira.
Right.
Yeah. There we go. These two ladies are scrapping here. They're throwing down. Fighting for position. Jockeying for position, as they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, no, listen, I think Pereira, but, I might be bloody wrong.
Heather Carrier, Rebecca, how do you handle the craziness that is Mike?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've got Burns or Masvidal. I've got Burns or Masvidal by KO. Listen, Masvidal can do that. He can. Who would win, Mike Bisping or Colby Covington? Come on, bro. This is a fun fight between these two. Fair play to Michelle Waterson at 37, still going strong. Pinheiro Giving her a handful, though. Nice front kick. Go on, babe, you were going to say?
No, does Mike pee in the sink like Brendan Schaub?
I did see that. Apparently he peed in the sink. And then, what's his name? Him from... What's he called? Howie Mandel. I saw like a little YouTube short or something. He was going to go for a piss and someone was like, oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Pissed in the sink?
He pissed in the sink.
Michael will pee in the garden sometimes.
Yeah, well, you know.
But that's okay. I don't mind that too
That's
much.
all right.
Don't
Hey,
pee in the
Mike,
sink.
I know you love eating beans for breakfast. What's my favourite American food? Nice wheel kick attempt by Waterson, but out in the open, sadly.
It says breakfast food.
Yeah. So,
Breakfast food.
yeah, listen, you're talking about English. We like baked beans with an English fry-up. We do, but I don't really eat baked beans anymore. I haven't had them for a long time. I'm not against them. I do like them. Beans on toast is good.
I hate baked beans.
Some baked beans are good when you're in the mood for them. Favourite American food? I do love an American breakfast, though, as well. What's my favourite American food, Beck?
I don't know, because what would you kind of define as like classically American?
Well, steak. You know, who doesn't love a good
What
steak,
about,
though?
we're talking about breakfast food.
Hash browns. This is a fun fact. Waterson's got bloody blood all over her face.
Bisping, are you a fan of Ireland?
I am. Beautiful country. Amazing people. Got a ton of Irish family. Michael Solis says, Michael, the book was awesome and should have been read by you or Rebecca. I hated you back in the day when I was a young amateur guy and you were the heel. Came round though once I started watching you. Well, thank you, Michael Solis. If you haven't seen it or read it, Quitters Never Win. And by the way, the guy that's putting the polls up, the channel manager, he was my co-author on the book. So again, shout out to Anthony Evans.
Yay and Evans.
Yeah, bro. Rebecca, did you ever have any interest in training or fighting mixed martial
I
arts?
have never. But however, having said that, I wish I had in hindsight, just as a skill, just for something to do. It's a bit late now, but yeah, no, I should have taken advantage of having an MMA fighter as a husband, but I didn't.
A lot of people asking if I've been to the Waffle House or what's my go-to at the Waffle House.
Well,
It's like a diner, isn't it?
We don't really do waffles because we're British, so.
Yeah, I don't see all the fuss about waffles. Nice
Waffles
takedown.
are like quite American.
Very American. I'm not a waffler. I mean, I do waffle along on YouTube. That's for damn sure. So I apologise about that.
So yeah, we're not really.
But again, 8 seconds left in this fight. Fun fight, back and forth. Shout out to both ladies. Bit of grappling involved. Neither. Michelle got her down a few times, but was never able to establish position. Looked like Pinheiro was more aggressive on the feet. Waterson landing kicks at range. Let's see who wins this one. Nice show of sportsmanship. Both ladies with their hands in the air. That's great. It's lovely to see. You know what I mean? Listen, we all like it when they hate each other and they go at one another and they're talking crap and all the rest of it. But it is lovely when they go out there, they try and kill each other and then immediately embrace, hands in the air.
I like it when they still hate each other.
That's what everyone says.
I do. I'm just
That's what
being
everyone
honest.
says.
I don't know why. Maybe I'm just hateful.
No, that's what everyone says. And the reason being, though, is because it's hard.
Because then it seems like it was all contrived.
It's
Sorry
not.
to interrupt.
No.
And I understand, like, yeah, you kind of got it all out there, and
Waffles are from Belgium.
yeah, but it's sort of like I believe that.
Are they?
I don't probably. I don't
Well, we're going to
know.
bloody find
Oh,
out.
don't Google such a boring thing. Are waffles from Belgium?
Where were waffles invented? The history of the waffle.
Oh, God's sake.
The history of the waffle can be traced back to ancient Greece. Wow. But the history of their origin goes even further into the history of the Neolithic or Stone Age over 4,000
on.
years ago.
Stop it.
That can't be true. Get out of town.
A waffle.
A waffle. Get out. No way.
I made dumplings for the first time last week.
Right. Yeah, what's your point?
Just saying. They
Oh
were
my
good.
God. See, look, we're not the only people. Have you ever wondered, while enjoying the juicy bites of your favourite waffle, what are the origins of this delicious food? Anyway, that's enough of that. I think we're losing watchers by the second because we're waffling on, pun intended. Let's have a listen here.
By New Amsterdam Vodka with those scorecards, here's Bruce.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for decision.
Just very muscular.
Scores the contest 29-28, Waterson.
Waterson.
Christopher Lee scores
Split decision.
Alicia Rodriguez scores the contest 29-28 for the winner by split decision,
Luana. Nah, I'm disappointing for Michelle. Listen, nothing against Luana Pinheiro. I don't know her. You know, I don't think I've met her. I'm sure she's a lovely girl, but I know Michelle, you know, being around the fight scene for so long. And I did a podcast series with Audible called My Fight, and she was one of the people that I spoke to. Lovely girl she is. So it's a shame for her, but hey, you know, Pinheiro, it was her night. Not terrible, but the wrong decision. Okay, interesting, Barry. Excuse me, because obviously I've been doing this, so I haven't been paying too much attention. So yeah. Ross Poynton, do I ever speak to him? We do stay in touch. We do speak. Usually just, you know, via social media and whatnot, comment on each other's posts, etc., etc.
I think a couple of super chats came up.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Boom, that one. Was Shevchenko, this is from Jordan, just off her game or just not hungry? Who knows? Or maybe it was...
I'm sure she was hungry.
Yeah.
I'm sure she wanted it, but...
Listen, you got to remember, Alexa Grasso is no walk in the park for anybody. She's a great fighter. Come on, she's the champion of the world now. So it's disrespectful to Shevchenko to just say, to Grasso. Disrespectful to Grasso to say that she had a bad night, that Shevchenko was off her game. That's the only reason she beat her. Now, who knows? You know, maybe you get complacent when you're defending the belt so many times. But she doesn't strike me as the type of woman to do so. She's a professional. I think Shevchenko just got beat by the better lady on the night. And maybe that happens when you're the champion for so long and you get complacent. But still. When am I going to come to Scotland, babe?
Oh, we're coming soon.
Yeah,
right?
we are. Yeah.
Maybe,
We've got a new member, Flipside.
Woo! Maybe in the summer.
Yeah. Nunes versus Pena 3. Who do we both have? I have Amanda Nunes.
Nunes.
Yeah, but brother, send location, JD 420. He want me to talk like this. He said, bad decision. Comes Reship says, don't like decision. Shevchenko tried to get fancy with that kick, but one mistake got her. Yeah, but she's spinning back kicks all the time. You know, it was just beautiful timing from Alexa Grasso. Really was. Here we go, Michael Solis. Last one for me. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate the support on the channel, brother. Did the fact that most love to hate Michael during his career ever bother you, Rebecca, and the kids? I'd imagine your two oldest were hyper aware of these kind of things.
It did bother me.
Would you like to elaborate, seeing as we're doing a live?
I'm going to. No, it did, because I don't know, of course I want people to like you. But sometimes I could, you know, you just played up to it a little bit, so I can see why, but I can see why they hated you.
That's nice, isn't it?
No, but I just said it bothered me.
I can see why they hated you.
You were kind of abrasive back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I was. My wife says you're a lovely couple. We've been married 34 years and she's a hopeless romantic. Love your channel. Oh, well, Kev F, congratulations to you and your lady. 34 years. That's amazing. That's an accomplishment. Congratulations.
Been together.
Yeah. Well done, guys. Well done. Shout out from Tunisia. Oh, I do this every time. Let me know in the chat where you're all from. I do love to see that, you know, what parts of the world you're all coming at me from. Now, here's the prelim headliner. Kelvin Gastelum versus Chris Action Man Curtis. Now, let's be honest. Big love champ. Rebecca looking beautiful as always.
Thank you.
Former Secretary of General Ban Ki-moon. And try convincing the Yanks a reason to go visit Bolton or Wigan.
Oh, that's going to be tough.
That is going to be tough. What am I saying? I'm losing my mind. Dublin Island, Nicaragua. You have a beautiful wife. Thank you. India. Big up the Indians.
Tallahassee, Miami,
Stoke-on-Trent, Derbyshire,
Reading,
Alaska.
Clitheroe.
Pakistan. No, where's the Clitheroe?
There.
Hello from Clitheroe. JD420, I think I've seen you on here before. Whereabouts in the Clith? Istanbul, Barnsley, Yorkshire, God's country.
Minnesota,
Southampton, Auckland, Hull, straight down the M62 there. Oregon, Quebec. Ellie's just walking in now with a boyfriend called Nick.
West Yorkshire, Gambia.
New Zealand, Northern Ireland. Ellie, come here and say hey to everyone. There's a few people on here. We're finding out where they're from. Colorado. Come show your face real quick. Look at this. No, come in the middle between me and Ma. Right? This is wee Ellie Bisping, so it is. Right?
Hi.
This is my daughter. Now be respectful,
I
you
don't
wee
know if
bastards.
she's been
You.
on before.
I have been on. I was
Oh, have
literally
you?
just telling me. Briefly.
Are you, do they look like sisters?
Well, I don't look my greatest right now.
Jesus,
so
Ellie.
You'll be blurry
Riverside, hi
anyway.
from Kentucky.
Hi.
Afghanistan, Newport Beach. I was talking crap about Newport Beach before.
Aquarium.
Oh, I heard you.
I said,
I like Newport.
I like it as
We
well.
like
There's a lot
it
of
too.
nice people. There's a lot of snobbity
That's
bobbedies.
true.
Australia, Michelle Watson got robbed. Well, that's a shame if she did. Thanks for that, Shackelford. How you doing, Ellie?
I'm great. How are you?
Yeah, we're fantastic. We're just doing a little live for everybody.
Yeah.
583 people on, so thank you all for being here. Let Nick know
you.
that no man alive. I'll be out shortly. So we'll be out in a minute. I'm going to watch the main card. Right? Don't need to say bye. I'll see you in a minute. New York, Jamaica. Does Pereira have his number? I wouldn't say that he has his number. Although he's beaten him 3 times, that seems like a weird thing to say. He's just pulled it off 3 times, hasn't he? He's got a good chance of doing it tonight. Your wife doesn't look old enough to be a mum.
Oh, thank you, SS, but I definitely am.
Brizzy, Ellie looks just like a mum. From Austin, Texas, sir. This is from Joshua Mundal. From my family to yours, thank you, brother. Happy Easter, Mr. and Mrs. Bisping. Same to you lot. Everybody watching, have a great weekend and happy Easter. When in Vegas, what are your favourite spots for brunch, lunch and dinner? Barry's Prime Steakhouse at the Circa Casino. That's the spot, man. That's off.
We were talking about that the other day.
Great
Yeah,
restaurant.
yum.
Yeah, for the lunch and breakfast, I'm not too sure, mate.
Breakfast, we don't get up in time for breakfast.
Yeah, we
in
don't.
Vegas.
We really don't. But,
Just being honest.
but thank you, Josh. Barry's. It's not the cheapest place, but if you want to go somewhere special for a night, we also love what's it called, the Italian spot,
Carbone?
Carbone in the Aria. Oh, that's good.
It's good too.
That's really good.
Obviously.
It's good, yeah. Been a fan for years in and out the cage. I worked like a horse at a factory plant job, but got the weekend off, so I'm glad I can catch a live stream. Well, Dylan Nix, good for you, buddy. You know, good, hard, honest, hard work you're doing there, mate. I used to do that. I used to work in a factory, so shout out to you, mate. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the time off. Thanks for tuning into the stream and enjoy the fights. Talking of which, here is the Chris Curtis, the action man, just getting lubed up, getting Vaseline applied.
That's better.
Yeah, he's getting lubed up. Walking into the cage. Saying a little prayer. Oh, Gastelum's already in. Look at that. Gastelum walked out first. That's surprising.
Why?
Well, because Gastelum, you know, he's been around a long time, and sure, he's lost a few recently. But he had a crazy fight with Gastelum. Sorry, with Adesanya. He's
How do they decide who goes first?
well, who's the higher ranked? And if neither man's ranked, then popularity. But I guess Chris Curtis is higher ranked than Gastelum right now because, number one, he's walked out first. And secondly, Gastelum hasn't won many fights lately. Right, now, before we get into the prelim headliner, Gastelum, and put a poll up, who wins, Kelvin Gastelum or Chris Curtis? Pereira makes innocent jokes every now and then, but he clearly doesn't like the trash talking. Izzy, on the other hand, has been very disrespectful towards Alex, and he just can't accept the loss. Agree. I understand what you're saying. I do understand that, but that's just because Izzy is such a competitor. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard, you know. I don't think he's disrespectful, and I think he just, you know, Izzy's taking everything his bloody works for. To quote Nate Diaz, babe, what is favourite British TV show?
No, I was just looking at that one. Favorite British TV show. British. Oh,
Bonjour.
There's so many good
Bonjour,
ones.
Great and Caron
What
from
do we-
France.
What do we like to watch?
British TV show. I don't know why. I just thought of.
I
Can't think of any.
I can't think of any.
Do you know what we've been watching? What's it called? Great British Castles on Netflix.
Oh, it's the best.
We've been watching that a lot.
It's so interesting.
She loves a bit of history. She loves the castles.
I do.
Make kids, y'all. Respect poor ancestors. All right, so here we go. Mark Goddard on the assignment. The poll is up from Anthony Evans.
Peep Show, yes.
Oh,
for
Peep
sure,
Show's a
that's good
classic.
one. I mean,
Peep Show
doesn't
is...
get much better than that.
Peep Show's awesome,
Downton
man.
Abbey, I loved. He hasn't seen it.
Never seen an episode of Downton Abbey in my life.
In-Betweeners, he loves. I haven't seen it.
Mon ami Gabi, brunch or lunch,
Peaky
Guy Savoy for
Blinders.
dinner, Lago for Italian in the Venetian. That place is very delicious. Yeah, Mon ami Gabi, brunch or lunch, Guy Savoy for dinner. Yeah. Lago in the Venetian. We've been there, actually. I think we went with Anthony Evans. Remember, Ant? That place was delicious. So...
I haven't been...
Yeah, you have, when we had the kids. So there's Gastelum. Fires off a quick combination. So Gastelum's in a tough spot. He's got to win this fight, right? Otherwise, listen, he's lost to Robert Whittaker. He's lost to Jared Cannonier. They're all number one contenders, top of the food chain. And I'm not saying Chris Curtis isn't a great fighter, because he is, and he's dangerous, and he's credible, and he's formidable. There's another But he's not one of the highest ranked guys. He's certainly not in line for a title shot next. So to keep the narrative that Kelvin's still one of the best guys, he needs to beat this man. So he's under a lot of pressure here. I'm not going to say it's make or break for his career, because it's not. But he just got clipped hard there of Chris Curtis. Now, of course, people are going to say, no, I am not intoxicated, Randy R, but thank you.
How many times do you get that in
A lot.
on a
A
live?
lot. I know a lot of people are going to say, Gastelum knocked you out. Yeah, listen, I just fought George St. Pierre. I went 4 rounds. I got choked out unconscious. I had no business being there. But I'm not the smartest, and I was retiring, and I had 750,000 reasons to go do it. And I got caught with a good shot, God bless him. But even if he fought today, that wouldn't happen. But I'm not diminishing Gastelum. He's looking good. He did get clipped, though. There's a reason this is the prelim headliner. I was shocked to see it on the prelims, to be fair. Oh, we've got a new
Hall of
member.
Famer. Woo,
He's a Hall of Famer. He's called Playing the Banjo 108.
nice. I did it.
Double it up, babe. Mike, have you seen See No Evil, Speak No Evil? Oh, no, Speak No Evil. Quite horrific. I haven't, no. So 60% of you have Kelvin winning this on the poll. Someone says here, Jargo. I don't care if any of the viewers aren't interested. I've heard you're all DJ sets. You must miss it. Fancy a gig in Wales next time you're over? Techno. I do play a bit of techno these days. I do like it.
Do you want to do a gig in Wales?
I kind of do, but listen, I don't come cheap these days. I don't, Jago. That's the problem. I might be priced out of the market. There's Gastelum with a nice counter combination, and again there. Kelvin looks good at it. He's fast. He's got good hands. He's got powerful hands, good combinations. He can wrestle as well. Let's go, Curtis, East Jordan says. Happy Valley.
That was good.
That was good. Waffles or pancakes? Pancakes all day long, but they've got to have chocolate chips in. Oh, there's a nice left-right hook from Curtis.
Antique Roadshow, yep. I like the British Antique Roadshow. Don't like the
Yo,
American.
for real, Kelly Bundy. Okay. Oh, yeah. Nice combo from Gastelum there. Heavy low kick. 1-2s from Gastelum over and over again. He's looking good here. He's finding the mark. But look at that. Right as I say that, a great counter combination from Chris Curtis. Curtis has got a chin on him.
Someone said, what minute's your stream on so we can match it up?
Mine's on 1 minute 25,
24,
23, 22, 21, and so on and so forth.
You get the idea.
Water is wet, fire burning, conceive, believe, achieve from Irving Ramirez.
Is Davy Grant the most underrated fighter from the UK?
He might, yeah. That's a really good shout. I'm chatting now, new subscriber. Thank you, Nugs Bunny. Yeah, Davy Grant, certainly one of the most underrated. As we know, there's a lot of talk about Arnold Allen. He's fighting Max Holloway next week. We've got the champ, Leon Edwards. Tom Aspinall, of course, tremendous amount of hype, and rightly so. We've got people like Paddy, Molly, so on and so forth. But there's not much chat about Davy Grant. Davy's bloody awesome. And truly one of the nicest guys. Great sense of humour. He's just, I can't say enough good things about Davy Grant. He's just a lovely man. He really is. And he's a hell of a fighter. And this is a hell of a fight right now with Gastelum and Curtis. Christian Riley says, long-time listener, it's my son's 4th birthday. Can we wish him a happy birthday? Much love and respect. Well, Christian, I don't have his name, but happy 4th birthday to your son. I hope you have a good day. I hope you have a great day. I hope your dad, Christian, bought you everything you wanted. And if you conceive, believe, achieve, you might just get a better birthday next year. But all the best to you, mate. End of the first round. Let me know in the comments. Saudi Arabia. Big love from Saudi. Hello to you too there. Let me know in the comments who you thought won the first round. Bisping, who you got, Perry or Rockhold. I've got Perry. Never been to Malta. Like Kamaru, do we think Izzy took the rematch too soon? What do you think, Dad?
When did he fight last?
I think it was November, Madison Square Garden. It's been about 6 months. No, I think the point, what they're saying is, Beck, is that he never fought somebody else first to get his mojo back, to get back to winning ways.
I don't think that's going to make a difference.
No, it's coming from, with respect, someone that's never fought, babe.
Well, don't ask me then.
No.
If you're not interested, if you don't like my answer or not interested in it, it's not
I am
credible enough, don't ask my opinion.
I am asking your opinion. I am interested in
You
it.
said it's not valid because I
didn't say it's not valid.
That's exactly what you said.
All right, well, I apologise. Mike, when was the last time I had a Greg's or a Nando's? Hold on, let's go back to this. Yeah, Kamaru coming back, fighting Leon after being knocked out, tough thing to do. Izzy, same thing, tough thing to do. It's not once, it's been 3 times, 2 knockouts or 2 stoppages. So it's certainly a tough thing. And that's why I do respect Izzy. And now round 2 is underway. Gastelum, up and down, shaking, jigging, jiving. Lots of feints, heavy low kick. Chris Curtis chatting away there, talking a little bit.
Does Gastelum always have that kind of physique?
Gastelum? Yeah, he's always a little bit chubby, yeah. If that's what you're saying. Yeah, he's
not shredded, is he?
He's not shredded, no, exactly. He's a great athlete, though. He's a tremendous fighter, but yeah, he's always a little bit soft, shall we say. Last time I had a Nando's was when I was over
You had it recently.
for UFC London. March 18th, was that? Yeah. A couple of big right hooks from Chris Curtis. Finds the mark there. Gastelum's got a big old head on him, though, so he's eating them well. And he's always had a good jaw. A good chin, should I say. As I say, he's got a massive Mexican head. Fires back there, though, but Curtis looking fast. Yeah, went and had a cheeky Nando's last time I was on. I always like to have a little cheeky Nando's. Chicken thighs, medium, coleslaw and macho peas. And that's the order. Oh, with a bit of, what's it called? The cheese.
What about the halloumi fries?
The halloumi cheese.
And the peri-peri fries?
No, I don't do the peri-peri fries. I mean, I do love them, but, you know. Not with this.
He's on a diet,
you don't
guys.
get a physique like this by eating peri-peri fries. My God, woman, come on.
When was the last time you had a Greg's?
Oh, years. Oh. Curtis is down. Curtis is down. Teeing off on him. Big shots. He's covering up, but these are big shots.
So what's he meant to do?
Wrist control. He's got wrist control on the right side. I think that's a mistake. Now he should tee off with the left hand again. Curtis trying to get up. Doesn't look good. He's looking for the rear naked choke. Curtis is down. Takes another shot. He's back to the feet. He's going to fall off the top. I knew that was going to happen. And now it's Chris Curtis on the attack, on the onslaught with a big knee. But immediately, Kelvin Gastelum turns it around, pushes him up against the fence. Needs to adjust the head position. Gastelum's head should be driving in to the side of Curtis's head there. But whatever. You know, we're splitting hairs. We're looking for perfection. Ever been to New Zealand? I did, 1995. I went to the World Jiu-Jitsu Championships, 1995, and got robbed along the way. I stopped off in Bali, got stopped. That's a long story, but won a silver medal.
Okay, go away, Harry.
Bring Harry up. Get Harry, come on.
No, you just
Get
get
Harry,
freaked
come on,
out.
come on,
Just
come
gets
on.
freaked out, Harry.
The people want to see Harry. You bring him up.
I am. I'm letting him.
Calvin's big boned. This is a good fight. What do we think, Harry? Who's winning? Over here. What's this? Oh, nice combo from Kelvin. Covering up your face. Harry is freaked out. Go on, Harry. Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy, Harry? Who's a good boy? Watching from Malta. Loved your documentary. Thank you. I'll tell you what, this is a great fight right now. What do you think, Harry? Who's a good boy? Come on.
Bisping, what was the first thought when you first saw your wife?
Ah! He licked me.
What are you
Good
expecting?
boy. I know. I don't want to scare him. I thought, who the fuck is that? In a good way. Hi guys, how you doing? Doing great. How about you, Chubstone? Chubstone guitars. Oh, nice combo from Gastelum. Hands are looking fast here. I tell you, Gastelum doesn't really look like he's, slowed down or anything like that. He's just got a tough fire in front of him. Big shots from Curtis, uppercut, right hook. And Gastelum fires back. This is a sensational fight, guys. This is great. Mike, no bulldog? No, I don't need a big hard dog. You know what I mean? To make up.
Is Harry new? No,
I am.
We've had him.
I'm enough of a man already. I don't need to overcompensate. Your mind will be blown with all their new food. Ooh, Greg's? Yeah.
Oh, I love Greg's.
Can't beat a good chicken mayonnaise sandwich. I used to get that one.
Tyler
Remember that on the baton?
What?
It's a good fight, this one.
I want a wife like Rebecca. Tyler Richardson.
You want a what?
What's a wife like me?
Oh, that
You'll
beard.
get one day.
That beard has to add extra padding. Yeah. You talking about Chris Curtis? Nice jab by Gastelum. Round 2. This has been an action-packed round. Really has. Goes to the body, Curtis. Just out of range a little bit.
He is a Yorkie poo.
Nice shots by Gastelum. Putting on the pressure here. Gastelum lands a shot, goes for the takedown. Chris Curtis stays on the feet. Big uppercut lands there. And then a straight left from Curtis. What a round. Shout out to both men. Tremendous action. What a fight. What a fight. 2018 Gastelum, according to the official scorecard of Young Higo. Is Harry the only dog currently in the house? He is. Him and my
he
wife.
will be the last.
No, we're getting the dog. Hey, Bisping, you're a legend, immortalised in the MMA world. Could you say good luck to my brother, a 22-year-old up-and-coming fighter with a bright future ahead, Oliver Brisson. Oliver Brisson. Hey, mate, listen, it would mean a lot from Canada. Yeah, go on, get rid of Harry. Oliver Brisson, you can do whatever you want. Certainly, if you want to be a fighter, 22 years old, if you put your mind to it, you work hard, you stay disciplined, there's no reason why you can't do it. Obviously, you've got to be tough, you've got to be able to train hard, you've got to be single-minded, you've got to make a lot of sacrifices. But listen, I wish you all the best on your journey. What is it? Oliver Brisson. I look forward to seeing your name up in lights at Madison Square Garden one day or in the T-Mobile Arena. And yeah, see, you heard one. Chris Curtis can take a shot. Mr. Bisping, oh, I've lost it. My name is Mike the Count Bisping. Correct, it is. Big up, oh, mate. Oh, the Salford crew in the house. Big up. Yeah, man. That's a Manchester Salford accent for you, in case you're wondering.
Hey, is the horse still alive, Bisping?
Well, that's your answer.
Yes. Very much
Gastelum
so.
trying to mix up the takedowns. Nice jab. They're just straight back to it. Round 3 underway. No big swing from Gastelum. Swing and a miss, to quote Mike Goldberg. A couple of jabs from both men. Calvin is swinging hard. And then Curtis lands. Gastelum's ahead on the points. Sorry, on the scorecards, if you will. 47-36 in terms of headshots. Curtis ahead on body shots or kicks. What a fight. Randy Costa is absolutely right. Bisping's got the hottest wife.
Thanks, Scott Adams.
Thank you very much. Rebecca, does Mike see Tom Aspinall fighting Jones? It's a question for you, Ben.
No, Rebecca, does Mike see? Just answer the question, because I can't answer it.
I
'cause
do.
I'm not an experienced MMA fighter, so my opinions don't matter.
Oh, God, you're a dickhead. I do see that happening. I do see it happening. If Jones sticks around long enough, because I don't think Jones is going to stay too long. I think he might have 3, tops 4 fights at heavyweight, win them all, and then retire as the GOAT. And it all depends whether or not Tom can get a title fight in that time. That's what I would say the real issue is. This is a great fight. Both men, some wild shots being thrown around. Big straight left from Calvin. He's a bit tired down though. Hasn't got the same pop on it. Nice jab by Curtis. 69% of you have Calvin winning this. 70%, 69.
Do you like the UFC belt designs?
I do. Do you?
I do. I prefer the new one, I think. I think I prefer the new one.
Well, that's a bit bloody cheeky. I haven't got one, did I?
No, that's not my fault.
I'm starving. Oh my God, it's just hit me. I'm starving.
It does this? It's so aggressive.
I'm starving.
Starving.
I am. What are we going to order? Let's get a tie. Let's get a tie.
Oh, we've had that so much.
Oh, a couple of nice shots by Chris Curtis, I'm telling you. Curtis is a tough bastard. He had a bad night at the office versus Jack Manson in London last year. But he's looking good here because he's got a willing dance partner. Last time Jack Manson was very elusive. Good shots by Gastelum. And again, Gastelum slips. Gastelum's in great shape. He's throwing a lot of shots. Head hunting primarily. Nice head movement though. Very, very frantic fight. I can 100% see Tom Aspinall being a UFC champ one day. You agree? I do. I think a UFC belt is in his future for sure. When? I don't know. But I do see it. Cheeky pad thai. Love a pad thai.
Oh, you won't have one though.
Oh, I'm on a bloody diet. I've told you. 2 minutes left. This is an epic fight. So far, this is fight of the night. Without question. It's been the best fight so far. Evenly matched. A lot of action throwing down. 1 minute 45 remaining now. Set your clocks.
TC, have you guys ever had Five Guys?
You better have not have had Five Guys.
I've had Five Guys many a time. It's delish.
Don't ever say that sentence again. Oh, nice body shot and then a knee from Curtis. Yeah, love a good burger from Five. Oh, God, I could kill a Five Guys burger tonight.
It is good.
This is a great fight. It's just non-stop, isn't it? Absolutely non-stop from start to fourth. Start to finish. Start to fourth. What am I saying? Rebecca, what's your favourite meal to cook?
My favorite meal to cook. I like to make like really traditional things like stews and soups and like something just happened.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Whatever. I like really like wholesome, homely cooking.
She does, and that's great, but a massive uppercut by Chris Curtis. There's 25 seconds left in this unbelievable fight. Fight of the night so far. Both men swinging like crazy. Look, what's going to happen? It's going to come down to the final 15 seconds. There's a takedown attempt. Does he get it? No, he doesn't. Chris Curtis shrugs him off. Back to the feet. Massive overhand left from Kelvin Gastelum. They're throwing down to the final blow, to the final whistle. Mark Goddard's ready to step in, but they aren't done yet. They are throwing down. They are fighting. They're trying to bang it out on the feet to the final whistle, which went right now. What a fight. That was sensational. Let's have a listen to see who got the job done. Well, we won't hear from that just now.
Stew and dumplings. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we like a stew and dumplings. Five Guys burger with some fresh avocado and bacon on it. Joshua Mundell. You're right, Josh. I do love a five. I'm starving. What are we going to do?
We had...
I've had an omelette.
It was huge, and it wasn't that long ago.
I had an omelette at 3 o'clock. It's now 7. I worked out. I did 40 minutes on the Peloton, and then I did 8 rounds on the bag. Oh, it's a little heart murmur. Heart attack live on stage. And then I did a circuit.
It's so drama.
I did 40 minutes on the Peloton. I did 8 rounds on the bag, and then a circuit. I've worked out. I've earned those calories. I'm starving. And then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, 2:20, I had a bloody omelette, a chili cheese omelette and a couple of sausages. It's not exactly, and I haven't had a carb since 2002.
It's a decent amount of food.
I'm starving, all right? I can't tell you. It's
like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, I don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? It's not. I'm not doing it on purpose. I don't have any say over this.
Jesse Marasco, cheese is like crack for me. Yeah, it is for me too. I love
Right, so right, real quick in the chat, who won? Let me know. Who do you think won? Gastelum or Curtis? Just let me know. Quick.
You're going to have to be quick about it.
Let me know, quick.
Hurry up.
No one said anything.
No one's saying anything.
Well, that's a picture of me. Lol. How's the bum knees?
It's obviously on his way.
Gastelum.
29-28 and 30-27 for the winner by unanimous decision,
Calvin. Yeah. Calvin. That's what I thought as well. That's what I thought, you know. When is Bisping making a comeback? Probably never.
Would you
Big up
say you
Bisping.
get hangry?
I do, yeah. Paddy won the fight. That's funny. Good for Calvin. Might be the former champ of the UFC middleweight division. Go get some food. I will after this.
You look like a world beater out there. He has
He has
risen.
risen. Don't say that. There's a lot of religious people.
I'm allowed to say my opinion.
Amen. But I'm going to mute it after that. You go out there. Listen, I'm just going to throw it out there. God bless him. Fair play. Well done. If there is a Jesus, then I'll say we might be wrong. But if there is, and there's a God up there, I don't think he's really paying attention to Kelvin Gastelum. He's not paying attention to tornadoes or earthquakes or any of the natural disasters that happen all over the world. Maybe that's why.
Told me
Maybe,
to shut up because people are religious. Now you've gone
well, I
like
know, but I'm just saying.
deep, like.
Struggle to be here every day, and I earned this.
Yeah, fair play to Kelvin.
Inside the octagon, your movement, your combinations, everything was on point tonight. And again,
Kelvin needed this win. Francis Tran, you're absolutely right, buddy. He did, and he pulled it out of the bag.
E2010, kind of silly, but does it bother you when you go to interview a fighter and they hug your nice suit with their sweaty body?
Yeah, it does. Hold on. Kelvin's back. Yeah, it does bother me, especially when they're covered in blood and stuff. You know what I mean? Say whatever you want, Mrs. Bisping. You pay taxes, ma'am. Joshua Mondal, you're right.
Well, I don't pay any taxes because I don't earn a cent, but thank you. I have equal rights.
Yes, you do have equal rights. Michael, Rebecca talk bad about when Muslims praise Allah. What?
I'm not going to talk bad about anyone's religion.
I
I
don't-
can say my opinion on religion. I'm
Yeah,
not talking
I respect
bad.
people's beliefs. It's called having a laugh. We're having a bit of a joke. So if you want to get all offended by it, then go ahead. Maybe don't watch this channel because it's called having a laugh. You need to lighten up and get a sense of humour. There's Kelvin celebrating with Theo Von. Shout out Theo Von, great guy.
Happy Face says, I believe in God, but I'm not sure if he's only moved it watching the fights.
Yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
yeah.
Hey, listen. Theo Von in the house, of course. Yeah, listen, it's called having a laugh. We're having a joke. Do you know what I mean? I'm not religious. If you are, great, good for you. And as I say, maybe we're right, maybe we're wrong. I believe there is no higher power out there looking down, monitoring everything, and having a say in everything. You know, I think we're all free to do our own thing. You know, I don't think God has got a bloody say in anything. You know, and maybe I'm wrong. And if you don't like that, then I don't know what to tell you. Kiss my ass would be one of the first things I would come up with. And if you don't like it, what do you say?
Lump it.
Lump it, baby.
Americans don't say that, I don't
You don't
think.
like it, lump it. Main card. Boom. That is correct. Main card is done. Sorry, prelims are done. Main card is upon us. I'm starving. I'm going to get some food. I'm thinking of Thai, babe. It's low carb. It's delicious. And there's a lot of options I can have.
Did
You
say
guys.
Theo Von was in our chat or on the UFC?
No, he was in there.
Right, I was going to say.
Yeah. All right, guys and girls, we're going to call this one a day because the main card's starting. And we have guests here. So we don't have guests here. I've got my daughter and a boyfriend. And we've got someone else coming over. So thanks for watching. Really do appreciate you. Thanks for everyone for the super chats. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for making this channel a success. We do appreciate you big time. I'll be doing some videos later for the main event, the co-main, my instant reactions. Just keep an eye out for that one. And no man alive, Irving Ramirez, can do it like this. So I will be back. And I will be giving you my instant reactions. And, I may be a little intoxicated by then. And I love you all. So, take care. Okay, don't forget Jesus. No forget Jesus. Okay, there you go. Loved it, mate. Brilliant. Thank you, James McAllister. Thank you all you guys. Appreciate it. And at that point now, I'm going to sign up. I'm going to say goodbye. Rebecca, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Thank you. We'll see you all soon. Cheers. Bye-bye. You guys make this a lot of fun. That's why we do this, isn't it, babe? We do enjoy it. We have a good laugh. Bye from Middlesbrough. How are man? Bye to you too. Alfie Garbo. That's not flipping Middlesbrough talk like. How are Pat? How are man? Right?
How do they talk in Middlesbrough?
Well, they talk like a Geordie man. Like this. But that sounds bad. Jago, have you ever been up Snowdon or North Wales? We haven't.
I haven't. I would love to. I've been to Wales,
You're
though.
full of shit. You would not like to go. Mount Snowdon. It's the biggest
I would like
mountain
to go to Wales.
in
He said,
England.
have you been
in the UK.
to Snowdon or North Wales? I don't want to go up.
He said,
to
have you been up it? Right, guys. Bloody God, you
I want to go to Wales.
We're going to go, my fan way.
Take
My
me to
fan way.
Wales.
We're going to go to Wales.
Let's see the castles in Wales.
We're going to go see Cardiff Castle.
We've been to Wales though.
My fan way, yeah. We've got a family in Castle in Wales. Blur or Oasis,
Blur.
but song 2 all day long.
Blur.
I do like some Blur though. Girls will be boys, will be boys, will be girls, and like girls to be boys. That's relevant right now, isn't it? You know what I mean?